No mames. Ya me hartó este hijo de la chingada. No mames.
Adiós, Albedo. ¿Para qué sirve? Bueno, no hay ningún bote. ¿What? ¡Ay, cabrón! ¡No! Sí es cierto que estoy en YouTube, voy a tener que quitar eso por el copyright. Saludos chicos, chicas, y bienvenidos a un nuevo stream del Genshin Impact. El día de hoy creo que voy a voy a hacer más bien un speedrun que jugarme historia como tal. Estoy buscando música adecuada, así que dame un momento. ¿Por qué lo del speedrun? Pues ya ven que en el título les dice que voy a jugar 2 encuentros seguidos, algo que nunca he hecho, porque generalmente me dedico a leer, a hacer, bueno, a darme cuenta de otras cosillas, entre ¿cómo se llaman? Entre los diálogos, las opciones, con los encuentros, pues las opciones, las distintas historias ya las disfruto. Pero esta vez creo que sí voy a tener que saltarme varias cosas porque no me va a dar el tiempo. De hecho tengo actualmente, ahorita lo presento, déjenme ya ponerles el juego como tal dentro de la ventana de la pantalla para no irnos por las ramas. Denme un momento. Aquí está. Y tenemos 4 horas. Pregunta. ¿Se ve ya lo último que he sacado? No. No me acuerdo cuántos deseos más aventé. Pero ya lo hice, entonces fuera de aquí. Así que primero lo primero, vamos a Monster. Comenzar. En inicio de una,
Well, would you look who's here? Looks like it's going to be a day to remember.
Ahoy there, traveler! So Captain really did invite you to join the homecoming celebration.
Hey, I heard that you took care of another crisis while you were in Inazuma. Are the rumors true?
That's what I heard too. Thanks to you, Inazuma's vision hunt decree was finally put to an end. Well done, traveler.
Captain's got quite the eye for people. She said she was sure that your trip to
Yo solo quería
Inazuma would
hablar con
stir
el contra Electro.
Look at you, being so
I've heard that they tell stories about you in Mondstadt, too.
I'd say someone of your caliber would be...
That's right. Hey, what do you say we arm wrestle?
I was worried you'd be too busy to show up.
Ay, cabrón, ay, cabrón.
Oh, Captain on deck!
Captain, we were just trying to talk the traveler into joining the crew.
Yeah, come on, Captain Beidou. Surely you've got a way to get the traveler on board.
Well, she's on board right now for the celebration, isn't she?
Yeah, but just one celebration together is not enough.
All right, I get it now. There is something special about you, traveler.
Granjeado.
You earned everyone's respect. So it goes without saying that the Crux would be honored to have a crew member such as yourself.
No doubt about that.
But then again, a hero like yourself doesn't just set off on a journey with us. So should a hero really drop what they're doing just to spend day after day drifting at sea with them? Well, if that were the case, then the Crux, known for always moving forward to the next horizon.
Right.
Remember, rather than seeking out strong members to join us, you should be focusing on making yourselves. Isn't that why everyone here chose to come aboard in the first place?
Yes? A strong sailor is always looking for a sturdy...
I guess I almost forgot the first lesson you ever taught me.
Just be sure you all keep that in mind. Now, there's no more need to hound the
Aparecerá. A ver. Si voy a estar así,
I'm glad you
voy a
came.
ponerlo en japonés.
Welcome back aboard.
Bienvenida a bordo de nuevo. Eres una líder muy sabia. Todos parecían contentos de verme. Gracias por ayudarme. Eres impresionante, Beidou. Todos parecían... Eres impresionante.
Do I? Oh, to be honest, I don't care, but I'll take it as a compliment. I'm glad you see me as well respected. I can't go getting too caught up in my own reputation, though. That's certainly not. As the head of the fleet, my task is to keep us on the right course, no matter how turbulent the seas may. But then again, the crew isn't usually
¿Saben qué? Lo voy a
this
dejar en
riled
inglés nada
up.
más.
It's not that they're arrogant, they're just bubbling with ambition, that's all. Their excitement today comes from their great respect for you. Both your
No lo toméis mal. Claro que no, me interesa bastante la vida de los marineros. Las gracias por llevarme a Inazuma.
all good then. Great. Actually, speaking of Inazuma, I think your good luck must have... Let's talk about it over there, where it's...
A ver.
The waves are as calm as always.
Opa.
So after we dropped you off in Rito, we found a shipwreck nearby. Probably belonged to Inazuman pirates. We searched the wreckage and found... At first, I thought it was a nautical chart. I was thinking we might discover a new sailing, but after a closer look, I realized it wasn't a map of the sea at all. It was a Liua treasure map, and no ordinary one at that.
Hay un chi maligno activo en esta zona. ¿Qué?
Nothing like that. I just mean that the map was a mess. So it was the most I could do to figure out that... As for its exact location, I'd say I've explored Liua pretty extensively. So I thought of you. Nobody can beat you when it comes to treasure hunting on land, right?
Me conoces muy bien.
Is that right? Well then, it looks like I'm in good hands. Here's the map. See what you can make of it. So, where do you think it is?
No lo sé. ¿Mondstadt? Tiene forma de pescado, eso sí es cierto. Buena pregunta. Llanura.
Guili Plains. Huh, I never would have gotten that. How can you tell? Oh, so you do live up to the hype. I can't believe... Let's head over there and take a look. I'll need you to...
Ajá.
Weapons on this side, well maintained.
No pensaba decir la llanura Willy, sino esta de aquí, esta parte de aquí, el estanque Shinchu o la aldea, ¿qué? La aldea Chinxe. Vamos a ver. Rapidín, rapidín, rapidín.
There's a pleasant breeze and glorious sunshine. So, where shall we go for a walk?
It should be around here. Who are they? Oh, it's a bunch of treasure hoarders. There are quite a few of them. If things go south, I'm more than a match for these amateurs.
Ok. Que tengan los tesoros.
Keep digging, boys! Once we have our hands on the
You can all hold it right there.
Huh? Who's that barking orders? Do you know who you're up against here? Keep going if you got a death wish. What the... It's Captain Beidou. Run, boys, run!
Dijo Capitán Beidou, no el reino del océano.
Captain Beidou, Lord of the Ocean. This is all my fault.
Ahí sí.
I know who I was up against. I don't have a death wish. I got a big mouth is all. It's always saying things it shouldn't. Please, have mercy. Well, spare them, at least. These guys are just trying to put food in their mouths. If you need to take anyone, take me. It was me that disrespected you.
Is that right? Fine. Seems like you've got a heart in there somewhere, seeing how you treat. Get out of here!
Thank you, Captain Beidou.
Wait.
Yes? What else might the merciful and...
This treasure's still up for grabs. The Crux fleet honors the rule of first. You found it first, so name your price. I can't have any rumors going around about Captain Beidou stealing other people.
Captain Beidou! We wouldn't dare... take the treasure as an apology, please.
Oh? Well, if you insist. I accept your kind offer, and I'll make you one in return. You don't seem like terrible folks, so let me help you get onto the right. If you want to mend your ways and put all this behind you, the Crux can... It'd be humble work, but at least it'd get you on your feet and making an honest living. A much...
Wow, thank you, Captain Beidou.
Right. Let's see what we've got in here. This isn't what we're looking for. Let's look around. Maybe we'll... Those rocks look kind of weird. Let's see if there's anything there.
Del otro lado.
Nothing. Let's keep looking.
Let's keep looking. Saludos, Pedro Wispe. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Por cierto, tengo algo en el labio que no me deja hablar bien.
What are those hilly trolls digging for? Wait, actually, I've heard they sometimes dig for buried treasure. Let's go take a closer look.
Rain outlines your fate. Swirl, Mark 2. Rain cutter. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt.
No hay dolor. No hay dolor. Esa cara.
Absorption test. Stand clear. You can't run. Whirling snow.
Oye.
Nope, not here either.
Dice, pues bien, ahora que estoy pensando en poner mi cuenta de Twitter activa porque la tuve casi un año sin hacer nada. Vaya.
Now that we've searched all the places of interest in this area and come up with nothing, it's
Captain Beidou! Captain Beidou!
Ah, que la...
Huh? Hey, what brings...
Captain Beidou! Actually, we've just been wandering around nearby because we were thinking about what you said. Well, me and the boys decided we're ready to move away.
Oh?
Y luego...
Yes, absolutely.
Okay then. But I'll warn you right now, you won't have it easy. It might just be menial work in the port, so there'll be a grueling test you have to...
I understand. Truth be told, Captain, it's only because it's you, the mighty and honorable Captain Beidou. And since you made us this kind offer, I'd like to ask, if I might be so bold, is there any hope at all?
Well, there's no place in the Crux for delusions of grand... But then again, So, it comes down to you. If you manage to impress... Then, yeah.
Thank you, Captain Beidou. I couldn't help but notice you were searching for something else.
Why? Do you have any...
We heard about 2 treasures, both in Guili Plains. So maybe the other one might be what you're looking for. Not too far from here, but all the info we got about this treasure came from the black market. The answer's hidden inside a poem which goes like this. Drunkenly I gazed at the ruins long forsaken, and lay beneath red leaves whose branches cast a crooked shade. The dusk sun shone upon the sea as I awakened, but Guyon stood twixt weary eyes and the sight of home they crave. As for the ruins long forsaken part, but beyond that line, I'm just not...
No soy lo suficientemente
So a
inteligente.
treasure clue hidden in a poem, huh? See my friend here? If they taught treasure hunting as an art form, you'd probably be... Am I right?
No soy la maestra de nada.
Okay then. Let's start by heading to the site and surveying the scene.
Okay, Come on, boys! You heard the captain!
Dice... Que vean las ruinas largamente olvidadas. LOL. Ah, pues sí.
These are the long forsaken ruins from the but judging by the state of them now...
It seems that we need to dig. Drunkenly, I gazed at the ruins long forsaken, and lay beneath red leaves whose branches cast a crooked shade. Do you have any ideas?
Tal vez observó las ruinas. Observo las ruinas quiere decir que el autor no estaba aquí.
Ah, somewhere you can see the ruins from. So, somewhere not too far from here?
Árbol con hojas.
Yeah, and maybe the shadow cast by the tree is supposed to hint at something.
Sol del crepúsculo, perder el tiempo.
Oh, I got it! This guy fell asleep and woke up just...
Dusk and the shadow of a red leaf. Let's take a look around. I think we're getting...
Look around. Uh-oh.
My apologies.
No me hagan esto. Díganme dónde ir. Hola.
So rude.
Árbol. No estaba aquí, estaba acá arriba entonces. Demet. ¿Dónde está el sol? Ah. ¿Y esto? Sonido de esas cosas. A ver, a ver. ¿Será ese el reto? ¿El acertijo?
If it doesn't ruin a drink, it isn't treasure.
No creo que haya sido eso. Es solamente algo que me faltaba y justamente ahorita aparece. Siguiendo las pistas del poema, pero... ¡Ah! Rayos, odio cuando los puzzles se ponen así.
Another test subject. That's
Shake it and stir. Catch that. Forward. Hurry. Judgment.
Sí, nada. Tampoco así. Me pudro en todo, o sea, uno tiene... tiene prisa y se van con estas mamadas. Que la chingada.
Found it! At long you really came. Without your help, I don't think I ever would have gotten my hands on it.
¿Puede cambiar con
Not
muchos muros?
much, but enough for an average person to survive on for a while. When I found the treasure map, it was tightly sealed inside a... I'll let you read it for yourself.
¿Y el texto?
Finished?
¿Y el texto?
Yeah. I can't fault him. Well, let's fulfill his final...
Ya la casa que hay en la playa. ¿Puedo ir a un teleporte? De hecho, Sayu, ayúdame.
Well, this is it. Oh, boys, it's time for your first job.
¿Qué?
Give this check to the old lady who lives in that wooden hut. Tell her it's a welfare payment.
Yes, boss.
What's up?
Unos pétalos de cerezo que recogí y no se me quiero dárselos a mí.
I see. But you only find sakura blooms in certain places, right? It must have been quite a bit of work collecting all these, surely. Let's just pick one, huh? One's enough to show that you care. You've already helped me out so much. Okay, off you go then. Take her. Your child in a faraway land sends his best wishes.
Ah. Qué bonito. Oye, duró muy poco esa misión. Llevo 20. What? What? Era de una sola posibilidad. Ay, cabrón. Bueno, continuamos con las más largas. Seguir jugando. Está desactivado el bot, sí, porque como es historia, entre comillas, está también emitiéndose en tu tubo. Así que lo más callado posible.
So after we dropped you, we searched the wreckage. At first, I thought it was... But after a closer look, I realized it wasn't a map of the sea at all. As for... I'd say... so, I thought of you. Nobody can beat you when it comes to... Is that right? Here's the map. See... So, where do you think it is? Chingsa Village. I don't see the resemblance at all. Oh, I'm definitely a rookie at this. But your word's good enough for me. You're coming with me, of course. I'll need you to help me zero in on the
El término de dibujos más 18. R18... más 18, no safe for work, NSFW. Esos. En América se usa el no safe for work. Fuera de América, R18. Como por ejemplo Japón. Hola.
Ah, Beidou! Wow, and the traveler! My good, it hasn't been all that long, but I'm glad you picked today. You're just the people I need. I'm too old to get through to them. They won't listen.
Rest assured, Granny Zhuoshin, whatever the situation...
Oh, thank goodness. It's Captain Beidou. You couldn't have come at a better time. You're the voice of...
Captain, please! Help me get justice.
Whoa, hey. What exactly is going on here? Spit it out. Tell me everything.
It makes me mad just talking about it. G here, I don't know if he's got a screw loose or what his problem is. But anyway, he took it upon himself to raise, well, practically. I asked him to pay compensation, but he refused.
Captain, I'm innocent. They're not even my finches. I just thought they looked kinda cute, you know, so I fed them
A couple times? Are you kidding me? That's rich. Really rich. There were 2 of them when you first started. 2? I swear, every time I come by your place, I think I'm at a bird market.
So, yeah. I mean, they laid a few eggs, made a few nests, but finches...
So that's how it is. What's your take?
Ouch.
Fair point. Granny Yunjin, is there anything left over from the relief fund? Technically, this would be a case of avian damage to agriculture. It meets the relief criteria, so we can use these funds to cover Wenjing's...
Why, yes. There is plenty left over. The crux brings such a...
Oh, thank you, Captain Beidou. You can bet I never would have managed to get G to pay up, even if I spent my whole life trying to
Thank you, Captain. You can bet I never would have been able to. I'll drive those finches away the moment I get back. I can't let them carry on ruining the neighbor's...
Beidou, you do so much for...
Granny Yunjin, as you know, many of the boys from your fine village do sterling work for the crew. The fleet wouldn't be what it is today without them. So please, G, Wenjing. I get...
Captain Beidou, you're here.
Pops Shing, it's been a...
Don't get me started. I've been having some real trouble with...
que la...
Heard you were in the village.
What's the issue?
Oh, come with me. You'll see.
No seguro para el Word. ¿Cómo que Word?
Captain Beidou.
I heard that you and Pops Shing had a little
Zhen planted a tree. I had no issue with it at the time. It's just a tree. Every morning when I get up and open the window, I just want to feel the sun on my face. But I'm greeted instead by... I asked Zhen to cut it down so I could get some sunlight back on my... But he said no! It's like he's done this...
Captain Beidou, you gotta believe me. I didn't intend to block the sunlight, but it's not just any old tree, you see. That tree was planted not long after he planted it. He passed away. And just before he passed, he said our family's fortune was inauspicious and we needed something to suppress the bad luck. I'll be honest, I spent a few years studying in Liu, but still, that doesn't change the fact that this was my father's dying wish.
Okay, I think I'm all... What are you thinking?
Ah...
I was thinking, look, Pops, I'm not trying to make excuses for Zhen, but Zhen's desire to protect his tree isn't for money or because he wants to hurt anyone. He just wants to honor his father's dying wish.
Yeah.
Pops, if you can agree to it, I'll have a word with Granny Yunjin and see about getting you some money from the relief fund as compensation for having
Por el sol que habéis perdido.
As for the tree...
That sounds good to me. The tree can stay. Some compensation would make me...
Thank you, Captain Beidou. And thank you for understanding. It'll be such a relief not to have to worry about that. On a separate note, I remember is there some special reason why you're...
Nothing all that special, just...
Huh? Treasure? Wait a second. That reminds me. I don't know if it's related to the one you're looking for.
Really? Okay, well, you and Pops Shing can go about your...
Okay. ¿Cuánto tiempo me queda? 3 horas con 48 minutos. Apresúrate.
Boring!
Wow.
Huh? Beidou, You're just an—
What happened?
I'm not being unreasonable, Captain. I got Changping to help me plow my land because it's the busy season. And then, what do you know? He plows up way I see it, it's my land. So the treasure belongs to me, right? I think it—
You say that, Defu. But what you're forgetting is that I came to help you plow your fields out of the goodness— It was also my plowing that turned up this chest. However you cut it, surely I'm entitled to at least—
The domestic drama just keeps coming today. What are your thoughts?
Uy.
Okay, I think I'm up to speed here. If you two really want to take this further, I can get a legal expert from— As for the costs, I'll cover. Neither of you seems thrilled about this. I'll be straight with you. The reason I came here today was to look for some treasure. Chances are it's hiding right there in the chest you're both fighting over. So, how about you two stop fighting over it, and of course I'll be indebted to both of you. If either of you ever needs anything in the future, the crux—
Captain, you're far too kind, really. Indebted? That won't be necessary.
Yep, totally agree. If only I'd known you were looking— You should have said something. I would have delivered it to you personally to save—
It seems like it's been quite a busy day for you. Helping us settle— Come on, let's go to the village. I'll rally the masses. We'll get some good food.
Don't worry about the chest. Okay.
Ah, pues que la chingada. Espera hasta la noche. ¿Ya no es de noche? Vamos, muévete. Únete al banquete de la aldea. Muévelas, chiquito.
Useless. Boring.
Muévelas, Sayo.
What a fine day today has been.
She sure has. Without Captain Beidou. Yeah, and if it weren't for Captain Beidou.
Here, here. We have plenty to thank Captain Beidou for, I'm sure.
To Captain Beidou.
I couldn't ask for more than the chance to get everyone together.
La verde.
That really hit the spot. Want to get some air? The view in this place is pretty good. We can take a look through the contents of that chest while we're at it. Changping placed it by the water wheel.
¿No bebiste demasiado?
Are you kidding? Beidou can handle her liquor.
¿Estás de broma? Beidou puede como manipular. Handling es manipular, no es tener el control sobre algo, ¿va? Sobre tener el control del licor o algo por el estilo.
Come on, let's go.
Ah, cállate. Ching.
So, I've been thinking. Everyone, but don't you think some of my— You can laugh, I don't mind. I had no clue who it should belong to. So I just came up with this, but I mean, I'm no Ningguang. I can't make a perfect deal every time. And I'm no Yanfei either. Not all my judgment calls are— I am Beidou, and my strength is in trading favors. You think some people think their favors are so valuable that they need to plan out how and when. Others see doing favors as a burden. Not worth anything in monetary terms, but the way I see it, favors are what, over thousands of years, the people of Liyue have created bonds between each. This means that no individual is truly on their own out there. When someone over the years, I've come to owe favors to a great many people. And these are the countless bonds between us, like so many fish in the sea. I believe that if there ever comes a day when the world is overrun by monsters, it's these bonds that will see us all through the dark days ahead, until we come out on the other side.
Para deberme un favor?
I'm not saying that. But either way, we have it pretty... Was this wind brewed in a winery? It's making me lightheaded. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Something we were literally just talking about.
Si se te olvidó es porque no era importante.
Oh, yeah, the chest! Oh, I got so immersed. Come on, let's open it up.
Repollos.
Oh, that's it. It's not exactly what I was looking for. But you know what? I don't care. The fun part was going on a treasure hunt with you. Come on, let's get back to the party.
Está bien bonito, güey. Siguiente. Ya completa. Sí, lol. ¿Quién osa etiquetarme? Sí, sí, cállate. Déjame. Ve. Va. ¿Quién osa etiquetarme? Oh shit.
Well, would you look who's here?
Ahoy there, Hey, that's what I...
Captain's got quite the eye for people. She said she was sure that your trip to Ina... I've heard that they...
Hey.
I was worried you'd be too busy to show up.
Okay. Nugget, ok. A ver, este nugget. Ok. Ya. Nada más. Ok, listo.
Captain, we were just trying.
Yeah, come on.
She's on board.
Yeah.
All right, so it goes with...
No doubt about
But then again, so should a hero... Oh, if that were...
Right.
Remember, isn't that why
Yes?
I guess I almost forgot.
Just be... I'm glad you came. Welcome back aboard.
Gracias por la ayuda.
Hey, don't mention it. As a host, it would be... I can't go getting too caught. As the head of the fleet, but then again, the crew, their excitement today...
Creo que no me interesa hasta todavía.
Oh, is that so? Well, it just so happens that since you're interested, why don't you come along? I'm curious to see if you'll take the sea by storm in the same way you have on land.
Necesitaré que me enseñes, capitana.
Good. Come with me. I've got something interesting for you. Chief Mate Juza's breaking in the newcomers, but I think we can spare you. After this, the new crew members will be arranged into 2 teams for more. One team will learn comprehensive survival skills, including merit. They will serve as the support team for the fleet, ensuring safe navigation. That's why we call them the Shield of the Crux. That's right. You catch on quick. As one might expect, we call the other team the Spear of the Crux, because they'll be learning about naval warfare. Also, they're responsible for handling the fleet's cargo deals. So, what do you think? Which team is for you?
Las lanzas.
You truly are. And let's start with the fundamentals for any armed crew member. Follow me.
Voy a cambiar de equipo porque quiero terminar rápida esta madre. Bueno, no tan rápido. Al bote. Hola.
These are some older skirmish boats that, although they've been made redundant by newer models, they're perfect for when we need to do simulated battles as part of crew training. Disappointed? To be honest, the Alcor going into battle is the last thing. In fact, out of all the confrontations we've ever had, almost all were resolved by negotiation. Only when negotiations fail do we consider deploying our armed fighters and skirmish boats, and they alone are enough to handle most situations. The only reason the Alcor would ever need to open fire... The Alcor serves only 2 purposes. To deter
Invadir o
or
destruir.
destroy. We are an armed fleet with a strong sense of justice, not war-hungry lunatics. We're very careful about determining
Comprendo.
when to use force and exactly what level. All of this to say that mastering a small attack craft is quite enough for a new. Do you have any experience piloting small armed vessels?
Incluso puedo pilotar y disparar al mismo tiempo.
You mean you can do the jobs of a helmsman and a gunner simultaneously? Wow, that's quite an achievement. Even in the Crux, there are few who can do that. Seems like you're a natural. In that case, I'll skip the basics on how to operate your craft. The goal of this exercise is simple. Steer your skirmish boat along the prescribed route. You can start when you're ready. I'll be waiting here.
What?
Start whenever you're ready. Don't keep me waiting.
Ya, ya. Zoom. El minijuego ya lo habían puesto en el... en la... ¿cómo se llama? En las islas estas, no me acuerdo cómo se llama. Su máquina. Ay.
Nicely done. That perfect timing on the turns, you kept your craft stable on the straightaway. It was like watching a well-rehearsed show.
Es algo que hago a menudo.
All right. It's high time I introduced you to some... Come with me. We're going...
¿Y ese sonido? ¿Y ese sonido? La primera vez que escucho ese sonido en Genshin. ¿Será acaso un corazón? Vamos a ver.
You may be aware that
Ah,
as
sí,
an
fue un
armed
corazón,
fleet,
vaya.
the Crux is kind of like the maritime equivalent of a guard for hire. We work as an armed carrier, earning our keep by successfully delivering the goods entrusted to us from A to B. Aside from that, though, there is also one other important way we make income.
Los honorarios por impartir cursos rápidos de las tripulaciones de otros barcos.
Actually, it's trading in certain kinds of goods.
Hey, my hotshot accountant. Nice of you to join us.
¿Contadora?
Cut it out, boss. Juza sent me here with a message. He says preparations are now underway. If you give me the all clear, I'll head straight over.
Okay. Be careful.
¿Qué está haciendo aquí la contadora?
Well, she has... Maura Grubber was right, though. The other important side to our business, the less official side, is doing exactly what merchants do. Importing here, exporting there. The only difference between us and regular merchants, you'll see what I mean by that shortly. I'm taking you to... Come on, let's go meet our trading partner.
Trading partner.
Fresh seafood! Fresh seafood! Catch it while you can!
What do you have?
¿Cómo así?
Hello there! Here at Nay's Professional Fishmonger. So what do you need?
I want a bass head with all the teeth removed. If there's a single tooth in there, I don't want it.
Ah! You know bass have pharyngeal teeth, right? In the throat.
Then I'll have a bass trunk with 2 swim bladders. Again, if it's short by 1 swim bladder, it's not the bass I want.
You're not making this easy for me. 1 bass means 1 swim bladder. Afraid that's not up to me.
Okay, then I'll take a bass tail with scales that are yellow on the outside, black on the inside. Also, it's gotta have a total of 81 scales. That's 7 times 7, no more, no less.
Oye, despacio.
What kind of fish scales are yellow outside and black inside? You sure this is a fish you're talking about? In any case, you can try all you want, but 7 times 7 is never gonna get you 81. Pardon my asking, but you're not a fish expert, are you? I'm sorry, ma'am, but I'm afraid I don't have
Pendeja, ¿no dijiste
any of the things you're looking for.
¿No dijiste que tenías todo lo que buscamos?
Look, I'm a professional. So are most of the people I serve. I can accommodate anything they ask for. Seems you two are amateurs.
Anywhere you'd recommend?
Like I said, Nay's Professional Fishmongers is for
Ay, cabrón.
I bet you're wondering why that guy was saying he didn't have what he wanted. That was just the first step in the transaction to confirm our identity. The real deal will come later.
Qué manera tan rara de negociar. No me digas que me vas a llevar hasta el otro lado de del puerto. Me va a llevar hasta el otro lado. Ah, no, aquí.
Fresh seafood! Fresh sea...
Is this wise amateur fishmonger?
That's the one. We have all kinds of it. What would you like?
We'd like a bass head.
No problem. Ours are all toothless.
And a bass trunk.
Oh, no problem. I'll stick an extra swim...
And a tail.
Sure thing. I'll paint the scales yellow on the outside and black on the inside, so you can tell at a glance. This ain't no ordinary. If it's 7 times 7 you want, I can do you 81, 138, or even 648.
Great. I like your style. We have a deal.
¿Qué está pasando?
Appreciate your patronage. Please, take your order to our warehouse. A real No, we don't have the fish here. All fish sold at Wise Amateur Fish. Once we get the order in from the customer, we go fish it out for them. Pay first, then we bring you the goods.
¿Qué está pasando? What?
Are you two here to collect your order?
Yes, sir. We're here about that.
I didn't expect you to come in person, but we still need to follow. The bass you want is not a standard specimen. Our fishermen need to wait for the right moment. You know the rule.
Of course.
Regles.
Oh, well, as you know, timing and location are everything when it comes to fishing. So, let me ask you this.
The fishing song will sound out at midnight.
How drunk will the moon be before the party's over?
It won't stop while the Star of Death shines.
I see, yes.
The breeze should be bound for...
All right, then. Well received.
Great. I think that wraps up everything we needed to do in Liyue Harbor. Let's head back and wait for the delivery.
¿Ya está ahí el pescado?
I thought we were pretty clear, weren't we? The 3 people we just met are our business partners. Nay's Professional Fishmongers, and the bass, obviously, is the code name for the goods. The numbers of teeth, swim bladders, and scales all represent different specifications. Meanwhile, the conversation I had with the warehouse keeper was the instructions. Tonight at midnight, the deal will take place in Guyanstone Forest. The Alcor will wait there as long as needed. As for what the actual goods are, well, you'll see tonight.
Es tan turbio como parece. No estamos haciendo nada, ¿o sí?
What if I were to say yes? what would you do then? Thank you. But don't worry, everything will be fine. I deeply value you as a friend, but ultimately, you're not with the Crux. I definitely don't want to cause you any trouble just because you hung out with me. So rest assured, we haven't broken any...
El bosque de piedra. Acá. Oh shit, no. Ah, pues. ¿Qué es esto? Acompáñame a mira. Madrugada, dijo, ¿no?
Captain Beidou.
Well, my friend is visiting, so I wanted to ship...
I see.
You got that right. Have you brought the goods?
Yep, all here.
Stop! Nobody move. We have received certain information pertaining to a potential... Apologies, Captain Beidou, but I'm going to need to inspect those goods.
Oh? An illegal business transaction, you say? Oh.
Transacción ilegal.
Captain, everything's been checked. It's just a bunch of potatoes, flour, and so on.
Huh? Everything's been checked thrice over. There's not a single contraband item here. The paperwork was approved by the Ministry of Civil...
Looks like you've managed to clear everything up.
Yes, apologies. This was a mistake on our... Come on, let's go.
Bravo, Captain Beidou. This was rather ingenious.
¿Qué está ocurriendo?
Seems like your friend still...
I know you have a lot of questions.
Well, I'll leave you both to it. Captain Beidou...
You probably thought that there was some sort of nefarious business going on behind all the secrecy today. The truth is, that was exactly what I wanted the Ministry of Civil Affairs to believe. What you might not know is that I, as the leader of the Crux fleet, and you, the great hero of Liyue Harbor, have both been on the Ministry of Civil Affairs watch list for a long time.
¿En serio?
In other words, whenever you or I crop up in Liyue Harbor, it almost always draws their attention. Not that there's any animosity behind it, mind you. In their words, it's a security precaution to prevent people like us from causing unnecessary trouble. Oh, I have no qualms about that. They're just doing their job, keeping the land safe. But how does that saying go again? Ah, yes. Sometimes the closer you are to something, the less you can see. Did you figure it out yet? That's right. Maura Grubber, the accountant. With you, me, and a few sacks of potatoes and flour serving as a front, the deal she's overseeing on her end should go off without a hitch. After all, the Ministry of Civil Affairs sent the Millilith to us.
Vaya.
Looking at the time, it should be any... Look! That's the signal! Tonight's real deal is officially done. Do you have any more questions?
Me da la impresión de que no es tan fácil engañar a ningún.
Never underestimate her. But as long as we don't take things too far, she won't look into it too close. She knows that neither you nor I would do anything to harm. In any case, there's another higher level watch list at the Ministry of Civil Affairs above the one we're on. It's top secret. Even I don't know whose names are on it. But I do know that the individuals and organizations on that list have gotten off topic. On some level, Ningguang and I... Reason being, I'm the only one who can get her some of the more obscure treasures she wants.
Soy la única que puede conseguirle alguno de los raros tesoros que ansía. ¿Cuál es la transacción?
It's complicated. All you need to know is that what might be easily attainable for some people can often be a lifesaver for others. That's where we come in. It's as simple as that.
¿Hierbas medicinales?
You still have some important things to take care of, don't you? As long as you don't know what I was referring to, you'll be safe. So, I'm sorry, but I can't tell you for now. Of course, if the day comes when you've traveled to every corner of the world, found your sibling, and neatly tied up all your loose ends along the way, you're welcome to come back here, and I'll tell you all. You'll always be welcome in the Crux fleet. I hope I get...
Interesante. Qué bonito. ¿Cómo estamos? Y esta se decanta por 2, supongo. Vámonos. ¿A dónde?
A blade.
Ay, carajo.
Just like a tea leaf. Only those.
A ver.
Chief Mate Juza's breaking it. After this, the one team will learn. They will serve as the support team for the fleet, ensuring safe navigation. That's why we call them the... That's right, as one might expect. Also, their response... So, what do you think?
Excuse.
As there are 2 main subjects that the Shield of the Crux focuses on. As I was saying earlier, survival knowledge includes prevention of injuries, and you can go learn about these skills from Yunjin, Huixing, and Liushi. They're all seasoned hands in their respective fields. Each sailor has their own strengths and weaknesses. I'm no rookie, of course, but if there's anything I'm most proud, go and get to work. I'll have some...
Hello, traveler. Whenever a sailor has a health problem, they come to me. I deal with it all. Oh, first of all, let me ask you this. What do you think is the biggest danger that all new crew members face? That can certainly be a problem at sea, but it's not the... I have seen many new crew members who see themselves as young and fighting fit and have no regard for safety. Those are the ones that always end up in the sick bay. Everyone should know that being a sailor, especially, we have to face malnutrition when we're short on supplies. All kinds of injuries and diseases that the harsh, and even the psychological problems that can arise due to isolation. To make things worse, the lack of medication and treatment options at sea can result in even minor health problems. Oh, you probably thought I was joking, right? Well, that's not surprising, but hopefully you now realize that with a little extra precaution, well, I think that's enough for you to think of. Is there anything else you would like to know? Captain Beidou? Well, out of everyone I've met, although I'm just a doctor, Beidou has given me the full authority to send any newcomers who I don't see as fit for service off the ship until they are ready to come back with the right at. Every time we're stocking up before a voyage, medicine takes top priority. I'm even allowed... Do you know what Morgrubber, our bookkeeper, calls this? A significant financial risk. But Beidou knows the importance of having a healthy crew. She places her full trust in me and believes that... Is there anything else you would like to know?
¿Qué pasa con a los marineros que sufren una amputación?
Are you concerned about them? No wonder, Captain. If you can convince Morgrubber to show you the books, you'll see there is a regular fixed cost, titled Convalescence Payments and regardless of the fleet's income. Those who have fought alongside us will certainly receive their compensation every year. Some of those that the money is intended to allow them to live their lives as free. Still, we can't pretend like it solves everything. They call them life-changing, but if nothing else, it's good to know that while Captain Beidou is in... Is there anything else you would like to... Well, my pleasure.
Okay. What? Ah. Quítate.
Sorry about earlier, Traveler. We were so caught up on getting you to join the fleet that we didn't notice we were going a little overboard. Good thing the captain stepped in. Oh!
Cartography.
Well, in that case, you have come to the right person. I'm not just blowing smoke. You're looking at the most I'll start by introducing some chart reading essentials for new sailors. Let's start with what to look for when you get First, you should always look at any indicated shorelines. Islands or reefs, water depths, hydrological conditions, and other hazards. With these features in mind, you can answer the basic question of, can I chart a safe course? Visually, nautical charts are a little unique. Unlike land maps, most charts do not have a fixed scale, which means that it can be hard to precisely determine the exact. The most advanced nautical charts come with a supplementary chart, which has different colored lines marked on it, and it's worth mentioning that under my direction, the crux is using these advanced kinds of charts. Some cartographers mark out other points of interest on their charts, usually with their own special symbols. If they don't leave any accompanying notes, they can be very difficult to interpret.
El piloto anterior.
Not only those, we have tattered and torn charts that we've picked. To be honest, it can be quite a challenge, even for me. Some of these charts are really old and have symbols that I've never seen, but if we don't decipher them, we will certainly miss many Fortunately, we have the captain with us. She managed to find some ancient books on semiotics that I can use. I don't think anyone other than our captain could manage to get these kinds of resources. Oops, I've gotten off topic. Is there anything else you would like to know, Traveler? Drafting charts? That's certainly. The charts we are using now are just revised so my mapping experiences have been primarily. I think you can ask Captain Beidou more about. One time, the fleet sailed into an uncharted area by mistake. But Captain Beidou still managed to draft a simple chart of the area. Incredible, isn't it? I was amazed to see that the captain could even do cartography. Because I have the talent, and she doesn't want to let it go to waste. I initially had the same question myself. After all, in many fleets, she just laughed and told me to wise up. Said she wants everyone on board to master their role, so that the crux is not that way. If the day ever comes when she's no longer with the fleet, Captain Beidou may seem aloof and even act careless sometimes. Is there anything else you would like to know? My pleasure. A friend of Captain
Interesante. Ay, no puede ser. En serio.
I wonder what's going on.
Esta ruta se fue de puro texto. Muy bien.
Hello, Traveler. Are you here to learn about marine meteorology? In my line of... I saw the captain showing you around the training, so I figured that she probably wants you to get to know the life of a crew member.
Yo.
Marine meteorology basically means keeping These are all potential threats to safe navigation. Take waterspouts, for example. But if you know that waterspouts can only form, and you will be even more alert if you also know that the presence of winds blowing in opposite. And most important, so there you go. Those are the warning signs of waterspouts. I am proud to say that over the years, I haven't let a single one sneak up on my watch. I've got to confess, all the stuff about meteorology that I just... Do you know the small fishing village next to Wangshu Inn? I heard that later,
She made her way to the harbor where she struggled to make a living. When I first came on board, I lived, but as I gradually learned some new things, after all, not every fleet has the uncrowned Lord of the Ocean as their
Reina del
leader.
Océano sin corona.
I feel lucky just to have joined. Find me anytime if you want to know more.
Interesante. Dicen... Can you play with Xiao? To climb this... To climb... I suppose you tell me that for this. I have Xiao, but I don't wanna change my team. ¿Bajo? ¿Cuál Beidou? ¿Dónde está Beidou? Aquí está.
So you've already finished talking to the crew, huh? I thought it would take you a while longer. So, what did you think? Now you know that First of all, life on the sea isn't always plain sailing. Injuries and But what is the single biggest danger facing...
Ah, sí había que leer,
Is that your final answer? As you've just learned, the fleet plots its route using nautical charts. The supplementary chart has lots of lines in various colors for added reference.
Wow, esta sí no me la sé.
Okay, interesting. On longer voyages, we have to be especially careful to avoid certain weather hazards that pose a threat to the integrity of the ship and the lives of the... So, my question is, how can we reliably predict what... Okay, those are all my questions. Congratulations, you... wait a second, you didn't pass. Did you get them wrong on just kidding. I know you wouldn't do that. In that case, how about we take...
Pero es que es demasiado texto, o sea, no me culpen. Ah, acá.
You may be aware that as an armed fleet, the crux is we work as an armed carrier, earning our keep by... Aside from that, though, there is also one other important way we make income.
Actually, it's trading. In certain kind.
Hey!
Cut it. Juza sent me.
Okay. Be careful. Well, more a grubber importing here. You'll see what I'm... Come on.
Stop. Okay.
So you've already finished talking to the crew, huh? First of all, but what is the... As you've just learned, the supplementary...
Picar las distancias.
Okay, interesting. On longer voyages, so my question...
Esas son las únicas que no me la, no las sabría responder.
Okay, I gotta say, each time I think I've wrapped my head around how great you are, you surprise me with something new. You got them all correct. They weren't the most difficult questions, but they weren't ones. Okay then, now it's time to apply that endless talent of yours to learning some new recreational activities.
Ver contra los monstruos marinos no será una actividad recreativa, ¿cierto?
Don't worry, all our recreational activities. You need to realize that being out at sea might be fun for the first few days. Looking at the same old sea every day and being so isolated from everything. That is why we offer a lot of fun courses for our newcomer training, including fishing, photography. Oh, and thanks to Kazuha, these days we also offer poetry and music appreciation. Each newcomer has to participate in at least one, so that they... Of course, if you'd prefer wrestling sea monsters with your bare hands...
Veo que me entiendes.
Well, for today, at least, if I remember correctly, it should be photography today.
Ahoy there, mate!
Listen up, everyone can go back and call it a day.
What's going on here?
Oh, Captain, there you are. Well, Captain, the photography teacher just...
I see. That's quite unfortunate.
La verdad es que tengo experiencia capturando imagen.
Quite the multi-talented one, aren't you? In that case, why don't you help us out and leave?
Yeah, unfortunately, the original teacher canceled at short notice, so that it would be great if the Traveler could step in as the teacher.
It's up to you, Traveler. Great, it's settled then. Juzo?
Yes, Captain.
A ver.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. That should be everyone. Take it away, Traveler. Oh yeah? What's that?
Ya que se trata de capturar un objetivo.
Fair enough. It seems like you already have someone in mind. So, who will it be? Me? well, we could do that, or... Guyunstone Forest looks extraordinary today. It'd be a pity to not capture this. So how about we snap Guyunstone Forest for today's class? Then
Come on, Captain. We talked about this. The photography class is... Scenery looks nice at first, but it gets boring after a while. I bet those were your exact words.
Were they now?
Ching.
Well, then in that case, how about Huiching? I bet she's perfect. Or Fuzhong. Or more
Ching.
Even little Yue.
Seriously, Captain? Little Yue? You're just trying to wriggle your way out. You are the captain, after all. Of all of us, you're...
I agree. You were the one who invited the Traveler to be the teacher. Besides, Captain, you've never had your photo taken. We can even use it to promote the fleet.
Real funny, guys.
Confía en tu tripulación, eres mejor. Confía en mí, eres la mejor candidata.
Well, if you say so. So, what do I do now, Traveler?
Sonríe.
Like this?
Ching.
You're kidding, right? I've never had my photo taken before, but something this simple should... It must be the lighting or something. You've got it wrong.
Tal vez estás incómoda cuando no gente alrededor.
I never said that.
Podremos ir a un lugar más tranquilo.
You mean go somewhere else, then bring the final photo back as teaching material?
Sounds good to me.
The lighting may still... But I'm open to persuasion. Just to be clear, I won't necessarily agree. It depends on the place you have in mind.
La parte más alta de la cordillera Tianhe y desde ahí se ve todo Lillo. ¿Qué tal? A ver, vamos.
The fishing village near Wangshu Inn? How do you even know that place anyway? It's tiny. I don't think I've ever seen it on a single map.
Uy. ¿Qué tal si digo esto?
I'm surprised that you remember such a trivial detail. He's right, though. I did live there for a while. And now that you've mentioned... Well then, let's go.
Wow. Oh, espérate.
There's a pleasant breeze and glorious sunshine.
Entonces aquí vivía
Where should we go for a
Beidou.
walk?
Wow. Eso sí me va a doler, ¿eh?
It's certainly seen better days. It was never that impressive, but at least back in the day, it was a lively village and home to several families. I wonder how long these last few old houses will remain standing.
¿Qué ocurrió aquí exactamente?
Nothing as dramatic as you might think. A few small incidents occurred, and then come on, let's take a walk around. People used to call this place Downriver because the villagers apparently moved here from a place called Upriver. With them, they brought their knowledge of fishing, which had been passed down from generation to generation. I learned a lot from them when I was here. Now Upriver is long gone, and Downriver is all but deserted. It won't be long before no one even remembers what these places are called. To Zhong. Zhong. I barely remember this name.
Debe ser porque no eras más que una niña.
You're right. I was only about 5 or 6 years old when I first arrived here. I was homeless and had to wander around the streets. I remember finally managing to find half a rice bun, but then a stray dog jumped out.
Ching.
Half a rice bun was not something I was willing to give up so easily at the time. Then a few fishermen saw us running and stopped me. They were kind enough to seeing me stop, the dog also stopped running. But straight away it keeled over and never got up again. Maybe it was too tired or maybe it had starved to death.
Tu madre.
I went over and saw that the dog still had the half rice bun in its mouth. It didn't let go even at the very end.
Tu madre.
Poor thing. Had I known the dog was so weak, I would have let it take that half rice bun.
Entonces fue cuando los aldeanos te acogieron.
I could tell they were wary of me at first. I was the dirty little kid who had just chased a dog to death over some scraps of food. But I got lucky. The village chief took pity on me and brought me to their home. That's how I ended up staying here.
¿Y por qué te marchaste?
Do you know what the name Beidou means? Come on, I'll explain along the way. About a year or two after I arrived, the village chief fell ill during the winter and passed away. During that same period, the harvest was getting worse and the fishermen's catch was getting smaller day by day. Without the village chief to handle the situation, people began blaming each other. There were even rumors that some families had been overfishing and leaving nothing for the rest of the village to catch. But in the end, they all turned on me, saying that they shouldn't have ever taken me in. They said I was bad luck. They pointed to how that dog died on the first day I arrived. Next thing you know, the village chief dies, and then all the fish die out. They said I was a living curse, and the downfall of the village was all my fault. I told them that I didn't understand. I'm not a curse, I'm just Beidou. Then some of the villagers started shouting, and drove me out of the village. They shouted, "Nando controls life. Beidou controls death. Beidou controls death." Before then, all I knew about my name was that it had something to do with the stars. It wasn't until then that I realized that Beidou was a constellation. And the Alcor, one of its stars, was an omen of death. Here we are.
What?
This is the old house of the village chief. I bet he never expected that the little girl he took in would grow up to be seen as a curse that brought about the village's total destruction.
¿Qué onda con esta línea de Lumin?
What do you mean?
Después de que llegué a Mondstadt, el Arconte Nemo perdió su gnosis.
Is that all?
Después de que llegué a Liyue, el Arconte Yeo perdió su
Then
gnosis.
let me guess. You got to Inazuma and the Electro Archon's gnosis was taken as well? Well, you seem to wreak havoc on a grander scale than I ever could.
¿Ahora te sientes mejor?
Oh, I get it. You're trying to convince me that I'm not cursed. I appreciate it, and I'll take it. Let's not forget that the people whose names stick around are the ones who emerge from the stormy seas unscathed. And the ones who get swept away in the wind are the fledgling birds who couldn't. I, for one, have never encountered a storm I couldn't weather. But your journey's far from over, isn't it? Just remember, There's no telling what else you might encounter in this vast world. So if you ever find some idiot trying to brand you as a scapegoat just because you're the one who lived to tell the tale, tell them Captain Beidou demands to have the honor along with you. Remember, you'll always have the captain of the Crux to back you up wherever you go.
Supongo que no somos más que dos chivos expiatorios cuidándose mutuamente.
Two cursed scapegoats banding together for survival. Sounds like a recipe for disaster, but at the same time, I kinda dig it. I'm lucky to have a friend like you. Okay, it's time to get back to our photography. Right, teacher?
Pensé que ya no te empecé de serie.
Come on, let's not waste any time. Get it done while you can before I change my mind. So, do I need to strike a pose?
Quiero probar.
What? The nerve! I don't want to do this whole model. Hey, cut it out. No more pictures.
¿Qué? Ok. Ah, maganda si Sing. Hi.
There you are. Take flight. No, my sword. Rain outlines your fate. You can't run. Whirling snow.
What the hell? Estuvo chistoso. Ay, no me digas que solamente será la imagen. No solamente la imagen, ¿verdad? Si es así, que es chido.
Here we are. I bet he never expected that the little girl he... What do you mean? Is that all? And let me get... Well, I appreciate... Let's not forget, I, for one, that your journey's far... So if you ever find some... Remember, you'll always... I kinda dig it. I'm lucky to have... Okay, it's time to get back to our photography. Right, teacher? Come on. So, do I need to...
Como quieras.
All right. How about...
Al revés, idiota.
So, is it done yet? Please don't tell me that it looks weird.
Una imagen perfecta.
Show me.
Solo si prometes devolvérmela.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Now give it here. Yes. I see. All right. On behalf now, as captain of the Crux, I am exercising my official to requisition this photograph for future promotion and recruitment purposes. So I'm afraid I'll be holding on to this.
No. Para tomar un retrato se necesitan dos. Ah, bueno, pues. Bonita la historia, ¿eh? Aún no me alcanza, ¿verdad? Faltan 66. fin. Yunjin. ¿Cuánto me falta? 2 horas.
Can't you send someone any sooner? The clock is ticking and I need this resolved ASAP.
I'm sorry, but we don't have any adventurers available at this instant. Your timing is most optimal. Allow me to introduce Yuning, manager of the Yunhan Opera Troupe. She has commissioned the guild to...
Traveler? Ugh, Yunjin is always talking about you. Please, you've gotta help us find her.
¿Cómo que desapareció?
Yep, she's gone and disappeared. Now of all times, just days away from the big performance. All she left was a short note.
Oye, ¿no se leen las cartas? What?
If our audience doesn't get to see Yunjin on stage, they'll start tearing the place down. I mean, what am I supposed to do, huh?
Pone que va a regresar.
That's what I said too, but...
Look, when you're a megastar like Yunjin, you gotta start taking things a little more seriously. Saying she'll be back doesn't give me a whole lot of reassurance when she's showing no regard for her own safety. Why does she have to go and practice somewhere so dangerous? What if something happens to her? What am I going to tell the audience?
No creo que su vida corra peligro.
Well then, what if she gets into a scrape and hurts herself? If she gets so much as a scratch, it'll be a loss to the whole nation.
As you can see, this is what we're up against. Would you be willing to accept this commission?
Por todo lillo.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, thank the stars. Please, you've got to bring her back, safe and sound.
Voy a reiniciar el juego porque algo pasa, no puedo leer cartas. Por alguna razón inexplicable, no. Qué raro. Debería checar a ver. Oh. Es así. Permiso. Cuidado con los monstruos. Voy a tener que luchar. Oh.
Body and mind. Rain outlines your fate. Judgment. Punishment. Take flight.
¿Estás bien? ¿Estás herida?
Oh, it's you. I do apologize. I didn't see you there.
¿En serio?
What brings you all the way up here? Oddly enough, I was just thinking of scheduling a meeting with you later.
Stop. ¿Qué está pasando?
I didn't expect to run into you here, of all places.
Era que te habías perdido.
Ah, I see. So Yunjin sent you. I did tell her not to worry. But on this occasion, it seems I'm rather lucky you came. You've helped. It's a pity, though. I was so close to achieving the state of mind that Shenhe was talking about.
Está aumentando.
Do you remember what Shenhe said about the divine damsel fighting against the evil monster? That in reality, she hadn't acted as courageously as the operatic rendition would have you believe. That it was simply a matter of life and death, and she chose self-preservation. Granted, she later admitted that she preferred the version of events given in the opera, with its portrayal of a divine heroine sacrificing herself for others. But after giving it a lot of consideration, I think that this character is defined by her emotional complexity, and even uncertainty. So the more emotions I can experience for myself, the wider range I will have to draw on in my performance. If access to a different state of mind can help me provide a fresh interpretation of the character and her actions, well, surely it will take my acting skills to the next level. That's why I came here. My plan was to take it slowly, start by just dipping my toe in, as it were. But once I started, I just got completely drawn in. I feel like I was so close to a breakthrough here.
¿Quieres que lo intentemos juntas?
You've defeated an ancient god before. How am I supposed to experience genuine danger if you're here with me? I suppose I had better return to Liyue Harbor for now. I'll only end up putting you in an awkward position otherwise. Goodness knows how you'd explain this to Yunjin.
¿Cierto?
I wonder whether I have gained anything useful from this trip. I suppose only time will tell.
Ok. Regresa al gremio de aventureros. Ok. Dice... Claro, ¿cómo edito un vídeo con programas? ¿What? Ok. Bueno, ya tengo el programa, así que no problema. Chin. El que podría ayudarte así de manera más rápida sería el Camtasia. Aunque es de pago.
Can you put a few more adventurers on the case or something? The clock's still ticking away.
Please have faith in her. Ah, they've returned.
Yunjin, we're back.
Yunjin, are you okay? Are you hurt? Do you need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy?
No, I'm fine. You don't need to worry. When it's time to go on stage, I'll be there.
Look, I get it. You like to go out exploring. That's fine. But do you really have to go off thrill-seeking this close to the show? You have to take better care of yourself, okay? For all our sakes. For the opera troupe and for your audience. We're just lucky we had the Traveler to help out. What if something had happened to you, huh? What would I say to our audience,
Well, I would say the best way to make it up to our audience is to give them the best performance we can. Don't you agree? While I'm off stage, as long as there is something, anything I can do to improve my acting ability, even the slightest amount, I can't pass up the opportunity.
You know, Ugh, I don't know what to say anymore. Traveler, please, you tell her.
So, what's your honest opinion?
Tienes razón, Yunjin.
I'm glad you agree. Right, then let's get preparing.
Hey, Traveler, get over here.
No.
You've only just managed to bring Yunjin back. Now you're taking her straight back out again?
Hey.
What's the big idea? The next show is just days away. Please, if not for me, then for the sake of the opera troupe, I'm begging you, help me convince her that at the end of the day, she's gotta fall in line.
No será fácil.
Well, okay, maybe that's asking the impossible. But at least try and keep her distracted. Please, just keep her occupied until the next show. No more thrill-seeking.
What are you two talking about? If it doesn't involve me, I think I'm going to...
You know what? It does involve you, actually. The Traveler was saying, Come on, help me stall her.
Oh? Well, what do you need from me?
Yo quiero ser actriz.
You want to become an actor?
You do? Oh, yes, of course she does. She was just telling me that she's interested in exploring her dramatic side and, would like you to give her some coaching. Right, good. Well, let's not beat around the bush. Traveler, your master awaits.
Hold on. I don't know if I'm really ready to take on students yet.
Oh, please. This is the day you've dreamed of, isn't it? You certainly talk about it enough. And look, now she's here, ready and willing.
Okay, I get it. You can stop now. Whew. I am delighted that you wish to study the performing arts from me. But the issue is, before you could become my apprentice, I'd have to get approval from the founders that do an initiation ceremony. There just isn't time for all that right now. So, for now, I'll just teach you a few basics. Informally, one friend to another, there's no need to call me master.
¿Qué tal la entrenadora?
What? Don't you think that's a bit old-fashioned? Let's work on that later. Until we settle on an appropriate title, just call me by my name. Let's meet tomorrow morning on the bridge by the sea at Feiyun Slope. I'll do my best to prepare a good first lesson for you.
Whew, what a relief.
Good. So.
Good. You're right on time. Punctuality is an essential quality if you want to make it big in the acting world. Without it, you won't be able to keep on top of all the work you need to do each day.
¿Por dónde empezamos?
Well, first I'd like you to answer me one question. How many pigeons flew from the bridge when you were passing through?
6.
Close. It was 7. Anyway, the point of this question was to test your powers of observation. Eyes are the medium for the transfer of emotion. You must train your eyes to be bright, active, and strong. Watching the birds fly, hover around, and come into land will not only exercise your eyesight, but also cultivate attentiveness. Indeed, my own daily training routine starts right here. I watch the pigeons to train my eyes, and I sing to the tide to train my voice. All in good time. Grasping all the techniques involved in opera singing and posture is not an overnight process. Let's start from the very beginning, with some general theories to help you better understand the concept of performance. Of course. I am in written correspondence with performers from many nations in Teyvat, which has rather broadened my perspective on this topic. For example, let's start with something simple. How would you perform yourself? Try to relive the events of that day when you were battling against an ancient god and fighting off the Fatui. What can you see? What did you feel? Now, I want you to look out at the ocean in front of you and recall the raging waves and the atmosphere of peril from that day. Take a deep breath. Now, gradually, Embrace the scene, immerse yourself in it, and let all the emotions back in.
La confianza de luchar al lado de mis compañeros.
Good, good. So that's how you felt. Next, I'd like you to focus on the goal you wanted to achieve at that time. Good, yes. Use that. Okay, good. Now, all of this overwhelming emotion is welling up inside of you, and I want you to let it all out. All at once. Stop. Wrong. This is all wrong. There's no emotion, no soul. Granted, the character you are trying to portray is your own self, but your performance didn't do the scene justice at all. I couldn't hear you fighting for your life while gargantuan waves were crashing all around you. What I heard was the sound of someone doing vocal exercises by the beach on a calm day.
Cuando estamos en la playa y es un día sereno.
Here's the thing. When you're acting, it's not only about getting into character, you also have to recreate the scene in your mind as vividly as you can. Now, I appreciate that you did actually experience this particular scene for yourself, but maybe conjuring up specific details of your surroundings at the time is a little too advanced for novices.
Es una situación de vida o muerte.
You're right. If we were looking for an environment to help evoke the emotions you felt at the time, I suppose we could try again. A little farther afield, at Guyun Stone Forest.
Hace falta ir tan lejos.
Oh? Too far away? Don't worry, I was just thinking aloud. Besides, even at Guyun Stone Forest, we'd still have trouble recreating the state of the sea that day. Let's try something else. Come with me to the suburbs just north of Liyue Harbor. If you've got no objections, let's head off.
Ay, wait.
The battle you fought on the Jade Chamber was a very strange set of circumstances, even for someone like you. It's quite normal that you can't get into character just like that. I know it's hard to recreate every facet of the experience in your mind, but what you could try is to replace the foes you faced in that scenario with ones you are much more familiar with. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're performing a scene where your character experiences the grief and pain of a death, but you yourself have never experienced this kind of tragic loss before. Well, you can replace death with another, more familiar scenario that evokes a similar sense of grief and pain for you, such as... you bust a gut trying to find a treasure chest, only to finally reach it and find it filled with cabbages and radishes.
Oh, la tristeza puedo sentir.
Ah, now you're catching on. Action scenes work the same way. Perhaps the experience of facing an ancient god is a challenge to recreate. But if you're replaying the kind of actions you perform every day, you just need to let go, and your subconscious will guide you through. Come, show me how you normally fight. You can start with monsters nearby. They're coming. Just do what you normally do in this situation. Animal test 6308. Yeah! Yeah! Absorption test. Enhanced animal module 75. Animal test. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt. Whirling snow.
Rain outlines your fate.
Oh, that was wonderful. Such... just like a real adventure.
Soy una aventura de verdad.
Let's perform the scene again now, while the battle is still fresh in your mind.
¿Pantapájaros?
Look at those red-clad scarecrows. But I want you to see them instead now. Let us reenact the battle on the... It's okay if you can't recall the events clearly. You can just replay... And... Attack! The 3 Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballistas. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
Mi cabrón. Bueno.
You can't run!
Stand clear. Absorption test.
Judgment! Take flight!
No entiendo. ¿Qué tal?
I can't fault your movement, but Fatui are larger than most monsters. I don't think it was a conscious decision, but you were aiming a little too low. And you also didn't strike with enough force. Overall, it was just lacking that sense of being in the heat of the battle. Veteran practitioners of this acting method are able to adjust and embellish their real-life experience enough so that it makes an adequate substitute for the scene they are trying to portray. But adjusting deep-rooted habits to adapt them for the stage, that's no easy task.
No suena nada fácil.
Still, this was only your first time trying this method. And all things considered, but judging from your movements, I think this next method might suit you a little better. Choreograph every aspect of your onstage performance in advance. Every movement, every facial expression. You can reference existing characters from opera or imitate similar people from your own life. In short, you want to pin down every detail of the character you want to portray in your mind, and then work through them methodically and find ways to bring them out.
Un poco difícil de entender.
Well, in your case, what you need to do is imitate your past self. Think of yourself not as you, but as somebody outside this world controlling your every move.
¿Sabes? Es más difícil de entender.
It's complicated to explain, but once you give it a try... Okay, how about we start by setting a simple scenario. The Fatui in red want to attack the Guizhong ballista, and the heavyweight guards in blue want to try and stop you. What you want to do is evade all the blues and go straight for the reds. Yes, I think that sums... There's an open area to the north. I'll set up a stage for you. When you've finished rehearsing everything in your mind, come and find me. Well, have you finished rehearsing?
¿Qué tenía que hacer?
Basically, you need to break all the red scarecrows while avoiding the blue ones. No need to rush. Take your time. I shall guide you with my voice.
No.
人道是万千比心难过一人关，公道见家人也担心，因贪图进入的身，羞于蓝袍在酒
，Carajo.
群魔神出去的帅，一剑将他轰一战，三痴情双丧的淡定了风波。报平安。
No entiendo. ¿Por qué?
Now that was a little better. You managed to bring out more of that fearless hero quality that time. My hard work coaching you has finally paid off. This method might not sound as sophisticated and exciting as the first two. Rigorous rehearsal and vocal training is at the core of this school of thought. As long as you practice diligently, with time, you will achieve mastery one way or another. Either your finely honed skills become a good substitute for innate talent, or the process of honing your skills cultivates genuine talent within you. People say that when you truly master the art of singing, even the birds and beasts will be drawn to your song.
Increíble.
I know. I guess I still have a long road ahead of me when it comes to developing
Entonces,
as a
este es el
performer.
método para este es el método para principiantes.
Well, because even if I had, you wouldn't have put your heart into it. It's been written on your face this whole time. Just try and keep her occupied until the next show.
Me atrapas.
Don't forget that acting is my bread and butter. Did you really think I wouldn't be able to see through it? Still, this is a rare opportunity, and I hope you have at least learned something from it about the beauty of the performing arts. The operatic tradition carries countless historical memories within it. As long as the art is kept alive, the voices and faces of bygone heroes can be recreated on the stage for generation after generation. I hope that your voice and your face will make their mark on Liyue opera too.
Coge mi rostro.
Yes, as well as coaching you today, I have also been closely observing every move you make. Do you remember the basics of the final method?
Otros personajes en la ópera.
Don't you think there's a striking similarity between you, who stood up for Liyue and fought off a god of old, and the divine damsel in the play? With you as a reference in mind, I'm sure I can finally make a breakthrough in creating my own adaptation of this character.
Quedarme.
Because as far as I'm concerned, the immersion method, drawing on life experiences, and imitating others are all valuable acting methods. Even if my every movement is rehearsed to perfection, I can't move the audience without conveying emotion. And even if I fully master the character's emotions, a little choreography will help make the performance more polished and appealing. Whatever the method is, as long as it offers something that can improve my performance, I will always give it a try. Thank you for trying them out as well. It means a lot to me. And congratulations on making it to the end of your first acting class.
¿Cuándo será mi ceremonia de graduación?
Graduation ceremony? I'm afraid that's still a long way in the future. For now, I hope to incorporate part of you into my performance of the Divine Damsel. But one day, I hope to write an opera all about you. When that day comes, I hope you will be able to join me on stage and give me some constructive criticism. It'll take a lot of hard work to reach the point where you're ready to go on stage. But I'll be here to keep you on track every step of the way.
Una entrenadora bastante exigente.
Here we go again. So old-fashioned. Then again, I suppose I will have to give you a lot of instruction along the way. And if I won't let you call me master, teacher, or coach, I've got to think of something you can call me. I've got it. You can call me mentor.
Mentora.
What do you think?
Okay. Interesante. Tontoy. Ahora que lo pienso, ¿cómo gemir una cantante de ópera? ¿Te dará un sostenido? ¿Un mi sostenido o bemol? What? ¿En serio? Fue mucho texto para mí. Tengo 2 horas y media. Qué güey, solo piénsalo, por favor, suena absurdo, pero tal vez, ¿y si te... y si te dé las notas exactas?
Can you put a few more?
Please have faith in Yunning.
Yunjin.
No.
Look, you have to take better. We're just lucky.
Well, while I'm off stage,
you know, you.
So?
Exactly. Just think of all the people coming from far and wide just to show you their support.
Why do you make it sound like they are coming to see me and not the show?
Well, same difference, isn't it?
I don't think so. They seem quite different to me. Well, either way, you're quite right. I mustn't let down our audience, especially those who came from afar. And I certainly mustn't make you come out looking for me again. So I suppose I will put my training exercises on hold for a while.
Whew. I'm glad to know that the brightest star in my troupe is finally gonna start listening to reason. I'm gonna head back and see how the set is coming along. Don't go disappearing on me again.
All right. I'll head back and do some rehearsing.
Leí desayunar.
It's no substitute for first-hand experience, but it should still help me iron out a few issues.
Es mucho más seguro.
Speaking of which, I haven't even thanked you properly for saving me. If you are free after the show, come and find me at Hayu Tea House.
Okay.
This money invested.
No creo que era. Carajo.
Should I save this money or invest it? Not yet.
Otro día más.
So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time.
What? What? No me digas que estas son las misiones, esas misiones. Esas misiones que son hasta el día siguiente del mundo real. No me jodas que sí. No me jodas que sí. Me agrada cómo es que aparecen mejores resultados si haces búsquedas en inglés. Es que el inglés es general, a todo. Menos mal. Me estaba decepcionando.
Leo Opera is really something, but Leo Opera performed by Miss Yun, now thrilling performance. I've never...
Well, I've had the pleasure. It's been barely a few days since I last saw you perform.
Oh, you're far too kind. I'm still new to the profession, but I promised myself when I joined the troupe that I would strive to develop myself as a performer every day. And I wouldn't be where I am now without everyone's faithful support.
Nonsense. You're too humble, Miss Yun. You're a major...
In the circles I move in, anyone who says they've never seen Yunjin on stage is at risk of getting laughed out of business. As it happens, I have a business meeting at the Xinyue kiosk with a client who is also a big... So, I was wondering if you'd perhaps like...
me too. I booked a table at the Lioli Pavilion and was hoping you might join me.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry to both of you, but I won't be able to make it. I'm very grateful for the invitations, but I'm afraid I already have arrangements for this evening. Isn't that right, Traveler?
Sí, aquí estoy.
Okay, you have plans, but you're really gonna pass this up.
Grosero.
I mean, you... Wait a second, you're...
Soy tan famoso en Liga.
Well, I guess it's not going to work out today, then. Maybe another day, Miss Yun.
Huh. They took off pretty quick. Haha, I guess I'll be leaving too.
Take care, both of you. Whew. Thanks for coming to my rescue. Again. Look at you. You're a national treasure. Even Gentry Maotsai is in awe of you. I feel a little sorry for Xinyue Kiosk and Liuli Pavilion. I just hope the food won't go to waste.
Vamos al pabellón Liuli.
I don't think we'd be able to get a seat this late, but it's fine. I have a better place we can go. Let's head downstairs. I owe you a big thank you tonight.
Ahí. Abajo. Hasta abajo.
Miss Yun? Oh, wow, it's really you! I have just a few questions, if you don't mind.
Hey, get back here. Oh, ditzy girl, you don't have a clue what you're doing.
Are you a journalist? If you'd like to arrange an interview, you'll have to liaise with my manager.
Sorry, Miss Yun. Don't mind her. She's just new and still learning the ropes. We'll leave you
Miss Yun, I'm interested to know why you added a silk dance to the scene where the divine damsel makes her appearance.
You noticed that?
Yes. Based on the original script, that scene would see your character perform the Adeptus Walk. But the addition of the silk dance meant that the whole way you carried yourself was so much more...
animated.
Yes, but delicate and graceful, like a crane.
Oh, sorry. Which publication are you from? How come I haven't met you before?
Oh, well...
yeah, we're from the Steambird. I am Boy Yi, the editor-in-chief. And this young lady is Shuryun, one of my journalists. We were based in Fontaine. Just recently we made the move back to Liyue.
Oh, I see. You're from the Steambird. Then it's no wonder. Your journalist has clearly done her research.
That's very kind of you, but really, my level of knowledge is very basic compared to yours.
Hey, Miss Yun is throwing you a bone here. Make the most of it.
Actually, I'm afraid there's somewhere I need to be, and I'd really need to clear this interview with my manager.
Aprovecha esta oportunidad, habla con ellos.
But what about our plans?
Yo también quiero oír tu historia.
Really? Okay, sure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Yoon.
Great! Thank you both kindly. Let's find a quiet place and get this interview underway.
Oh, I see. So that's why you added the silk dance in this scene.
Yes, exactly. Doing it this way not only allows for more physicality in my movement, it also means I can make better use of the stage and transition into the scene more quickly.
Ah, okay. So there was even more to it than I thought. So, wouldn't it make sense to contrast this with the Dongtong Apasionado section that comes directly afterward by making the latter a little more sophisticated?
I think I know which section you're talking about.
Ah, sorry. What am I saying? This is a fixed formula, isn't it? My suggestion would completely break the format.
No, it's okay. It's an interesting idea for sure. I'll give it some thought. Thanks for the suggestion.
Really? Wow, I'm so honored.
Totalmente en esta conversación.
Shuryun, maybe it's time to move on to some of the things our readers would like to know about,
Oh, okay. I was also going to ask for your opinion on the set and the costumes.
Yes, well, I'm sure Miss Yun has countless pearls of wisdom she could share on her chosen craft. But, not all of our readers are quite so, artistically literate, shall we say. A lot of them really just want to know more about you. You know, what does Yunjin do when she is off stage?
Excuse me? When I'm off stage?
You know, you're a major celebrity, and a lot of our readers are interested to know what life is like for you. What kind of place you live in, what kind of things you eat,
No
clothes you
tienen
wear,
nada que
things you
ver
buy.
con la
That whole
entrevista,
side of things.
¿verdad?
A day in the life.
Bueno, sí, pero
Besides
no les importa.
rehearsing, a day in my life isn't really any more interesting than anyone else's.
Nonsense, of course it is. Just think how many people were at your show earlier. They come from all over just to show their support. In fact, a relative of mine has a daughter who's been saying she wants to broaden her horizons recently. She's been looking for a chance to give you a jade hairpin as a gift.
Oh. It's against the rules of the opera troupe to accept private gifts from patrons. Could someone out there be accepting gifts for the troupe under false pretenses? I must get Yunning to look into it.
I mean, it wasn't a big deal. Just something she said. Forget I brought it up. So, I saw Gentry Maotsai and the Snezhnayan gentleman come down from upstairs. Are they patrons of your shows, too? So, what are your thoughts on Snezhnaya and the Fatui?
Ugh, I'm sorry. This is my first interview, and my notes are becoming a total mess. I might need a moment to pause and reorganize them a little. Otherwise, I'll never be able to work all this into an article. Mr. Boyi, maybe you should take a look too.
Don't be ridiculous! Stopping an interview halfway through to organize your notes? What are you talking about? Hey, all right. Miss Yun, we'll just be a moment.
Ding. ¿Estás segura de que quieres continuar?
I'm fine. It's not the first time I've been asked questions like these. The last time it happened, Yunning stopped the interview for me. But the next day, the tabloids were full of articles like "Dramatic Exit, Yunjin storms out of interview," and "Miss La-di-da opera star is too good for our questions." Yeah. So from then on, Yunning said all interview requests have to go through her. I used to think I could hold the troupe together just by putting on a good performance. But now, I have to make sure I concentrate on my actions off stage too.
Al público le encantan tus actuaciones.
Oh, you mean Fanarya and that crowd? I cherish them as members of my audience too. But there aren't many people like them who can appreciate all the nuance in a single viewing. How did Shuryun end up working with an editor like that guy? Something feels wrong there. Ugh. They could be back at any moment, so I should stay here for now. But could you go look into it for me? If you find out anything, come straight back here and let...
What?
How can you be so cruel to Miss Yun?
Keep your voice down. Whatever you got to say, it can wait until we're out of earshot. We'll both be in hot water if Yunjin finds out.
What's wrong with you? Why can't you get it into your head? Quit asking dull questions and start thinking about how to win over our readers. Do I make myself clear? I don't think you
no dijiste que dejarías Genshin.
golden opportunity you have here. How many journalists would give anything they had to trade places with you right now? Huh? Ever think about that?
You just don't get it. Miss Yun has put her heart and soul in...
Obvio. No, aquí no es este. Acá. Ah, sí va. Está mal diseñado eso. El sistema de ejecución.
Keep your voice.
What's wrong with you? Why can't you get it into your head? Quit asking dull questions and start thinking about how to win over our readers. Do I make myself clear? I don't think you realize what a golden opportunity you have here. How many journalists would give anything they had to trade places with you right now? Huh? Ever think about that?
You just don't get it. Miss Yun has put her heart and soul into...
Enough! Stop yelling in public! Or do you want Miss Yun to hear about all the lies you're spreading about her?
Me? You're the one making everything up.
Huh. Well, you sure seemed pretty happy chatting to her, so don't act like you ain't a part of this. And don't forget the contract you signed. Come. We'll continue our little chat over there. You need to listen and learn, young lady.
Bueno.
Are you ready to stop whining now? Do you have any idea how rare an opportunity like this is for a small-time paper like ours? Just think of the sales if we can get an exclusive. We'd have enough to cover your salary for 2 lifetimes.
But what about us pretending to be from the Steambird? Aren't you worried she'll find out?
You really think she still would have talked to you if I hadn't told that little white lie? Besides, what have you got to be afraid of? As long as we make it sound like an eyewitness account, how will she be able to refute it? Heck, if she actually presses the issue, I'll probably have to thank her for keeping it current for me.
This is horrible. I will not let you treat Miss Yun like this.
I don't know who she thinks she is anyway.
Oh, I sang a couple of shows, so now I'm a national superstar.
Give me a break. No one wants to read about your sopranos or your falsettos. We give the readers what they want. That's how this business works. Case in point, That blonde gal seemed to be getting along pretty well with Yunjin. There's definitely a story there, even if there isn't.
That's enough! I'm reporting you to the Millilith!
Los amarillistas.
Report me? What for? Libel? Identity theft? Good luck with that. I haven't written anything. Where's your proof? You better tread carefully, Missy. First, you neglect your own duties, and now you're trying to get in the way of mine? You signed the contract. You know full well the consequences. If you sabotage this interview, I will make sure you lose everything you have. I will ruin you. You understand?
Why? Oh, why did I sign that contract?
No es necesario ir a contárselo a Yunjin. Ay, qué difícil. Me mantendré al margen hasta que lo haya contado a Yunjin primero.
Well, think very carefully about what you're going to do. This is a rare opportunity. Now, I need to think how to phrase these interview questions.
You. Hey, wait!
Dice, es que las protogemas diarias, sí, más o menos por eso. Termino esta misión y es y ahora sí el último lanzamiento que tengo antes de que se vaya esto. Tengo 2 horas apenas. Oh, what? ¿Y Yunjin? Está más abajo.
Did you find anything out?
Buenas, Vlad, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo que hay drops? Sí, desde inicios de mes ya mismo termina. Creo que es el 26 de junio que terminan los drops. Pero es para que te den 10 protogemas nada más. Y vale la pena. ¿Descubriste algo? Verás.
I see. I knew there was something fishy about that editor-in-chief. But this is a bigger plot twist than I expected.
¿Deberíamos reportarle a las hermanas?
Not yet. All he's done so far is ask a few questions. There's nothing in print yet. The Millilith wouldn't be able to do anything even if we got them involved. Besides, if we rush to report him now, it's only going to give him more material to write about.
No creo que sea la primera vez que lo hacen. Eso va a ser verdad.
You're right. But tabloids like theirs never have permanent offices and printing presses. The moment they hear anything, they'll disappear without a trace. And you've got no chance of catching them. I'm actually more concerned about another detail you told me. Would you be willing to do me another favor? I want to send a letter to that journalist. Great, thank you. The editor should be here soon, so I'll stay here to deal with him. I'll have to rely on you to deliver the letter. If everything goes well, we should be able to get some breathing room for a while.
Ching.
I've had it with you. Do you think contracts are just bits of... If we weren't on a tight deadline, you'd better believe I'd fire you. You will stay here and reflect on your actions if you know what's good for you. So...
Oh, what am I going to do?
Aparece después de que el editor se vaya.
You're the one who was with Miss Yun earlier.
Yunjin escribió esta carta para ti.
Oh, really? Miss Yun wrote me a letter? I'll read it right away. Wow. Really? I can't believe this. Miss Yun says that under Liyue law, any penalty charge I have to pay may not substantially exceed the amount of my salary. You can't have a labor contract that would completely bankrupt the employee in the event of a breach. It's not legally binding.
Vaya.
Not only can he not get any money off of me, I can take this contract to the Ministry of Civil Affairs and blow the whistle on him. I didn't think about any of this when I was job hunting. I just signed the contract without a second thought. I always thought Miss Yun was all about opera. Who would have thought she was such a legal expert, too?
Así que esta es la solución que he encontrado.
If only I hadn't gone out of my way to get Miss Yun's attention in the first place, none of this would have happened. I didn't expect it to end up with Miss Yun helping fix my life problems.
¿Tiene más evidencias?
Well, Mr. Boyi says I'm still on probation, so he won't tell me where their work location is. Plus, I give all my draft articles straight to him, so I don't have anything in the way of evidence.
Tipo tan calculador y astuto. Quizás está planeando despedirte cuando termine tu periodo de prueba.
I wouldn't put it past him. But the letter says that my statement and the contract are enough to get the Millilith looking into it. If Miss Yun says so, I'm sure she must be right. Let's go confront him right now.
¿Ya lo van a confrontar? Veamos. Ah, quedamos.
Okay, I think I've covered this topic pretty thoroughly now. Unless you had any more questions?
Whoa, what can I say, Miss Yun? You have so many wonderful qualities. Let's not quit while the ball's rolling, huh? So, hey, where's that, friend of yours who was here earlier? Not intentionally avoiding the interview, surely?
Aquí estoy.
You're finally back. This poor gentleman's been waiting for you.
You're with Shiyun? Hey, what's going on here? Hey, Shiyun, don't forget the contract you signed.
Justo estábamos hablando de
The
eso.
traveler clued me in. This contract you made me sign, it isn't worth the paper it's written on.
Isn't worth the paper it's written on? Don't be ridiculous. It's all there, clear as...
Research? Oh, so you're a news editor. But you also have an interest in law?
Yeah, she's new, and she's making a fool of herself. She doesn't get how this all works.
No, it's okay. In fact, I found myself delving into some legal texts recently. It's all so intricate and complicated that it's very difficult to take it all in. The contracts of our opera troupe are a case in point. I'd finally finished reading through the relevant documentation from the Yuehai Pavilion when suddenly the Qixing announced a new interpretation. So I'm just curious. How can you be completely sure that you didn't miss anything when you were researching this?
I'm pretty sure I read everything relevant.
Under current legislation, the penalty terms in my labor contract are unreasonable and exploitative. I could report you to the Millilith for extortion.
Nonsense! That's ridiculous!
My goodness. Sir, it seems that we should probably bring this interview to a close here.
Don't listen to her! I run a legitimate business. Everything we do is above board.
Oh, I have no doubt about that at all, sir. But this reminds me of a case I read about not long ago. Once you get reported and the Millilith starts scrutinizing your biz, not only do they look into every license you have and every work you've ever published, but everything down to your fire safety policy will come under their magnifying glass as well. So if you don't get back now and start preparing for their arrival, well, I mean, I don't mind continuing the interview at all. But I'd hate to take up too much of your precious time.
You? I won't forget this!
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Carajos. Entré en pánico y se va. ¿Se fue?
Miss Yun, why did you stop me?
¿Por qué me detuvo? Va a deshacerse de la evidencia cuando llegue.
Right! And the contract I have is enough to get him arrested, isn't it?
I'm not a legal expert. I haven't the faintest idea.
Ah, su máquina.
All that was just an act, aimed at getting him to show us the way.
Oh.
An act? Show us the way to what? Yunjin,
A que lo
the
sigamos.
Millilith are after him. Based on his movements, it looks like Boyi is heading back to his headquarters. I really hope they teach these tabloids a lesson they won't forget. It'd sure make my life a lot easier.
Ya entendí qué está pasando.
Yes, I had Yunjin report to the Millilith while you were delivering the letter for me. The penalty terms in Shuryun's contract are too severe. Even if they don't violate the law, I'm sure he must be taking advantage of some loopholes. Anyone who works like that is sure to have a guilty conscience. So all I had to do was put on a little show, starring the editor-in-chief of the Steambird. And now, he is sure to lead us to the solid evidence.
No puedo creer que nos lo haya ocultado también.
Well, acting has to be authentic to be...
Their little publication will go out of business in no time. Good riddance, I say. I hope this gets the other tabloids to rein in their antics too. Hey, here's a thought. Maybe we could get him to rat on some of his rival publications. I only just realized what this means.
Ooh.
I'm going to be out of a job, aren't I? Well, would you still be interested in submitting an article to the Steambird?
Ah, que sí lo sabía.
Well, yes, of course. But would they really accept an article from me?
Yunjin, when can we arrange the next interview for?
Oh, so now you're asking me. 2 days from now, morning. For you?
Okay. Shuryun, let's continue our discussion about tonight's play 2 days from now.
Does this mean I get to do a full feature interview with you? Okay, I think I know what I want to write about. Thank you, Miss Yun.
Don't mention it. I'm sure it will be a source of inspiration for both of us.
Vaya. Es raro de ver NPCs interactuando con personajes. Me hiciste acordar que tengo que descargar las voces en japonés. No sabía que jugabas el juego en inglés. Pues, como he dicho, lo que yo entiendo al 80% es el inglés. Y hay situaciones como por ejemplo en la parte de aquí donde tenía que ocultarme, que estaba más concentrado en la detección del enemigo que en el texto. Pero gracias a que está en inglés el juego, pude comprender lo que decía en el texto por lo que ellos hablaban en inglés. Lo pude comprender, no perfectamente, pero sí el montón de cosas que estaban diciendo. Esa es la razón por la que yo conservo el juego en inglés. Estoy avanzando muy lento. Puede que ya sepa por qué estoy avanzando muy lento. Es porque estos de aquí son así. A ver.
Are you ready to stop whining now? Do you have any idea how rare an opportunity like this is for a small-time paper like ours? Just think of the sales if we can get an exclusive. We'd have enough to cover your salary for 2 lifetimes.
But what about us pretending to be from the Steambird? Aren't you worried she'll find out?
You really think she still would have talked to you if I...
esto ya lo leí. Yes.
No one wants to case in point. Report me. You better... You sign...
No es necesario ir a contárselo a yo.
Who's there? Oh, it's you. What do you want? I'm warning you, don't do anything stupid or I'll spread a lovely little story about you and Yunjin throughout all of Liyue.
Wait a second. I was so focused on Miss Yun earlier that I didn't notice who it was.
Huh? What are you talking about?
She's the traveler. You know, the one who even the cheese
Las 7 estrellas le hacen caso.
What the... what have I gotten myself into?
No need to get all worked up here.
Déjate de juegos sucios.
Yes, quite right. You are quite right. I'm disappearing into thin air as we speak.
Just my luck.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea it was going to turn out like this.
Escucha todo, no es culpa tuya.
But I'm so ashamed. I don't know how I could face Miss Yun now. So please pass on my apologies to her.
¿Ya? ¿Se acabó? Bien. Dice... La única voz que se me hace más bonita en inglés es la de Sayu. Aunque muchos dicen que en japonés hay, por así decirse, más voces en sí. Yo digo que es por la calidad del audio. La calidad del audio en japonés se escucha muy distinto al del inglés. En inglés tiene como más sensación de inmersión. Los diálogos tienen sensación de inmersión. En cambio, en japonés tiene la sensación de inmersión, pero en inglés suena como que muy seco, centrado, focalizado. No sé cómo decirlo.
Did you find anything out?
En teoría, el inglés tiene más diálogo, porque todo está como descomprimido. En cambio, en japonés está todo compreso en kanjis. Un kanji puede ser una frase. Así que no tendría sentido. Lo que sí tendría sentido es la calidad del audio. Pero bueno. Porque literalmente es el paquete de voces que más pesa. Ya sé. Tremendo THX. ¿O qué? Entiendo.
I see. Well, it's not unexpected. It's just a bit of a shame that I didn't get to talk with Shiryun for longer. She genuinely understands opera and has a passion for it. That's not something you can act. If I had the chance to talk with her more in depth, it could well provide me with some fresh inspiration.
Yunjin. Did you agree to another interview without notifying me?
No dijo nada que fuera preocupante.
These tabloid types are total scumbags, all of them. Who knows what innocent detail he might end up turning into the next big scandal. Sure, nothing might have come of it today, but who knows where it'll go tomorrow. Short of catching them all in their lair in one fell swoop, who knows when this is going to end?
I'm sorry. I was careless on this occasion.
Well, wallowing isn't gonna solve anything. Come on, go tell everyone in the troupe to be extra cautious during this time. Gee, oh Lord, bless us. Spare us any more offstage drama.
XD. Ok. Lástima que el mundo no sea un lugar mejor. Y... ¿sí? THX, bueno, gracias. ¿Por qué tengo la manía de traducir todo? Por cierto, sí, dudé por un momento lo del THX, porque las siglas esta del sonido de la... algo similar que utiliza las mismas letras. Pero después me di cuenta, ok, entiendo lo del THX, gracias. Del thanks, pues. Falta una. No, me faltan dos. Me lleva al mismo punto, ¿en serio? Ya. Hubiese evitado esto. Por aquí. O sea, los dejaba escapar, los informaba y llegaba al mismo punto. ¿Qué sería? Hey.
Are you...
Sorry, Miss Yun.
Miss Yoon.
You...
Yes.
Animated?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. We were based in...
Oh, I see. Then it's no wonder.
Hey!
Actually...
Será mejor que tu representante concierte la entrevista.
Yes, you're right. I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid the troupe is pretty strict about the rules for this kind of thing. So we'll have to do this one by the book. Please liaise with my manager, and we can do this interview another day. The Steambird is a highly reputable publication, so I'm sure my manager won't give you a hard time. Once the interview is arranged, I'll be very happy to answer any and all questions you have.
But... Fair enough. Sorry if we're being intrusive. Please forgive us. We'll leave you in peace. Hey, come on, quit dawdling.
Yes, I'm coming. Bye, Miss Yoon.
Hey, wait. That's the wrong way if you wanted to talk to my manager.
Se fueron.
Oh well, never mind. I have a friend who works for a paper. I'll ask them later. For now, though, the top priority is making good on our plans. Now that I think about it, I've turned down 3 social engagements tonight. Come with me. Our plan is the only one remaining, so let's make the most of it.
Okay. A mí sí me hicieron tristes los de Noel porque era como que no me hagas hacer esto, Jovers. Más que nada las partes tristes por decirse así. De Noel, la única que sí me gustó era la de la biblioteca y la... ¿What? No recordaba que Noel tenía 2. Esta de aquí estuvo chida. Y esta de aquí igual estuvo chida. Esta de aquí estuvo un poquito molesta. Esta de aquí estuvo triste. Esta de aquí estuvo molesta. Esta de aquí estuvo interesante. Y déjenme ver, no me acuerdo la de la segunda. Cuando se va Liyue, ¿verdad? Vaya. Esta estuvo decepcionante. No me acuerdo. En una de estas me sacó de onda. Una de estas me sacó de onda. Creo que esta fue esta que me hizo cagar de risa. Pero venga. Esto es muy interesante. Creo que Noel es una de las pocas que tiene 2 actos. Es la única que tiene 2 actos, de hecho. Acciones diarias, digo, legendarias. Bárbara, no. Ya tranquilamente podrían sacar otra de Diona, de hecho. Tampoco, ¿no? Sí, Noel es la única que tiene 2 actos. Pero no hay ninguna que supere las de Bennett y las de Diona. Están llenas de pura risa esos 2.
I can smell the fragrance of food in the air.
Excepto por un final nada más. De ambas.
Rock is definitely the place to go after a performance. Oh, you're a fan of Chef Mao's cooking too?
Yes.
Wanmin Restaurant's blackback perch stew is hot, spicy, and fresh. But it's not
Se me antojó
kind on the
pescado.
throat, so unfortunately I can't eat much of it. Also, it's a bit cramped in there. I prefer open-air restaurants. Hey, have you been to Chen the Sharp's place before? His grilled tigerfish is the best around. Third Round Knockout and Wanmin Restaurant are both great restaurants. But when it comes to barbecue, this is the place to go. Enjoying some nice food and drink, sitting by the hot coals in the cool breeze. Let's go.
Let's go. ¿A dónde? ¿A dónde? What? Desactivaste los bots, las voces de los bots. El bot de voces. Sí.
Is this a Miss Yoon which I see before me? It's been a while. What'll it be?
Yes, please. I'm out with my friend today.
Amigas?
Let's start with a plate of stir-fried meat and a handful of skewers. And of course, some grilled tigerfish. 2, please. One with just a hint of chili, and the other one,
No puede ser. Tengo que enviar esto un momento.
Identifíquese.
Yo.
Amigo o enemigo. Ah, pendejo. Digo, hola, hablar.
Ahí lo viste.
Ahorita que puedan, chequen shitpost.
¡Viva, papi! En corto, carnal.
El
en corto.
español de la traducción español de Genshin Impact lo vuelve a hacer.
Vamos a ver. Yunjin, el otro, igual que el tuyo, con la cantidad normal de picante, con chile el que sí pica. Eso sí es muy mexa, ¿eh?
La traducción al español vuelve a ser
Oh, no mames.
igual.
Estamos de acuerdo que eso sí es muy mexa, ¿no?
Sí, en efecto, cabrón. Típico de los esquites, güey. Ay, se me tocó un puto esquite nada más de ver ese puto diálogo.
Güey,
fuera de
ya
mamada,
se me puta madre, me antojó un esquite.
A mí me antojó pescado, güey. A mí me antojó. Es que están hablando de pescado con picante.
Pero es que aquí eso, güey, cuando dicen esa mamá, a huevo que es con la de los elotes, con chile, con el que pica o el que no pica.
Chile del que sí pica.
Ya el chile sí es bien de pusis, no agarrar el que no pica. O sea,
la neta,
yo respeto las decisiones de quien sea.
No, la verga, güey. Respeto religión, pero no esas mamadas. Tengo Spike.
Comprendo. Ya se han rifado algunas de estos diálogos.
No, por favor, Oxy.
Como la de... Como que algo... ¿Cómo es? Como que algo nos cuadra. ¿Cómo es?
No sé.
Siento que algo... ¿Cómo era? El diálogo pendejo de Paimon.
No sé.
Todo está bien, pero siento que algo no cuadra. Lo de... estoy rifando unos puñetazos y tú te llevaste todos los boletos, algo así más o menos también.
Si neta sí dice algo así.
No,
sí.
Deja que plante, papi, y ya después lo mata.
A mimir también ha dicho. En vez de a dormir, a mimir, literal. Y ahorita con el chile del que sí pica. Se la vuelven a hacer, güey. Segundo desgraciado. Castellano mis huevos, latino verde.
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué estás haciendo esas
Creo que quedaría mejor con chile bien picante. Es que aquí, bueno, en la región, más que todo en México, con chile del que sí pica, hace una referencia a ¿cómo se llama? A diálogos que pica. A diálogos que se dicen en la vida cotidiana.
Simón, entonces, papi, vas al tianguis, carnal, te compras tu elote, mayonesa con todo, doña con todo, con chile del que pica, del que no pica. No, pues con el que pica, que me ve cara de pendejo, de puto, qué chingados, ¿no? Así más o menos va el diálogo.
Con palabras más, palabras menos, ¿no?
Con palabras más,
palabras no.
¿Qué dice si le pongo con chile del que sí pica? ¿Verdad? Eso ya tiene más sentido. Sí, es que el regionalismo, por eso. Aquí creo que y trataron de incluir tanto el castellano con la cantidad normal de picante. Y incluyeron también el diálogo.
No puedo matar a 3 todas las rondas, chicos. Solamente les aviso.
Con chile del que sí pica, ¿verdad? No me dice nada especial. Ahorita que termine los acompaño.
¿Chimón?
¿Sirven bebidas aquí?
Yeah, I don't advertise it though, because it's just something I'm experimenting around with for fun.
Por eso le pasé el diálogo a los amiguitos, porque obviamente iban a entender la referencia.
Anything new?
Well, I managed to scrounge some milk from Dongchong next door. A merchant from Mondstadt told me a while back that there's this popular drink doing the rounds there called milk tea. I tried my hand at making it too, but the response has been kind of lukewarm.
Tea with milk? Sorry, milk tea? It might not be the best thing for my throat. Oh, but what about you? Anything you want to drink?
Té con leche.
Okay, let's get yours in first. And then I'll have one of each, if that's all right.
Okie dokie. And here's your tiger
Este
fish.
NPC tiene una voz distinta, por alguna
Come
razón.
on, let's enjoy it while it's still hot.
Se le escucha distinto.
Piping hot barbecue and a nice cool drink is the best sensation.
Mi oído, por favor. Un melómano hecho y derecho.
That was great. Shame about these drinks, though. I only had a little sip of each one, so there's a lot left over.
¿Sobró demasiado? ¿Qué harás con el resto?
Well, I mean, I could just drink them.
Insípida.
They're a little bland for me. I guess he must have toned down the flavors to make them palatable for a wider range of customers. We could just add some flavor back in? In fact, do you know the hot pot game?
Shabu shabu. ¿Quieres a...?
Let's play the hot pot game with the leftover drinks. I'll add some extra ingredients based on my tastes, then you try to guess what I added. Don't worry. After mixing in the new ingredients, I'll also drink half, so I won't add any weird stuff.
¿Estás segura de que el juego es así?
We don't need to worry about every last detail. Come on.
Ya. Igual ya quiero terminar esto. Ya se alargó demasiado. Bueno, tal vez porque son 2 misiones que estoy jugando. O sea, 2 encuentros.
Get ready. Oh, and no peeking.
Mira al otro lado. Va.
It's ready. Let me try it first.
Me diste hambre y justo llegó mi hamburguesa. No va.
Pretty good. Your turn.
Yo sigo teniendo hambre. Parece que a Yunjin no le desagrada. Debería probarlo también. Beberlo de golpe. Sabor salado complejo, como el de una sopa consistente, llega a tu garganta. ¿Has vivido sin hacer ni una mueca?
Huh? Oh, just regular facial expression control. Besides, it's nothing that unusual. I think it tastes okay, doesn't it?
Parece más una sopa... Parece más una sopa que una bebida.
So did you work out what ingredients I added?
¿Más ataque? Huevos de cangrejo, tofu sal. Huevos de cangrejo, arroz y sal.
Close, but not quite.
Vale.
We can try some more combinations next time. I wonder what kind of new flavors I could create with some more traditional teas, like pine nectar, or... I can't wait to try it out. I'm getting excited just thinking about it.
Fuera del escenario sería así. Oh.
Huh. Well, people do often say that getting deep into a character is about identifying the part of you that is similar to them and bringing that into the performance. So in that sense, I can't say it's incorrect to conflate an actor and the characters they play on some level. But there are many more sides of me than the few you see on stage. So ultimately, yes, I am not the same person on stage as I am off stage. Sometimes, when I get letters from people, I can tell from the way they write that they see me as someone cold and aloof. I can write back, but I have to be very careful about what I say. Likewise, when I get invited along to banquets and so on, I have to make sure to keep myself calm and composed.
Una pena, la Yunjin fuera del escenario es mucho más entrañable. La persona es más influente sobre el escenario.
I bought you one drink, okay? That's not a license for you to start saying weird stuff like that. Well, never mind. You seemed like you were being sincere. I'll let it go. All I was trying to say is that everyone has many different sides to their personality. And if you get fixated on just one of those, there's so much you'll never discover about a person. I mean, if we hadn't had the chance to hang out and chat like this tonight, there are things about you I might never have gotten to see. Like the mighty and distinguished traveler, diligently reviewing my hot pot drinks.
Y... yo también habría asumido que eres una persona seria. Yo habría pensado que eras una cantante. ¡Hola, hola, hola!
Me? Serious? On stage, I guess. But off stage? Just think of me as another one of your friends. Just one who
No le voy a
happens to
decir
have a
señora,
flair
¿no?
for the dramatic. So, friend, what shall we do next?
Tomemos una imagen
Get a
juntas.
photo? You mean capture this happy moment for posterity so we can look back on it later?
Ay, cara.
Sounds good. Let's have the food stall in the background. Now how should I pose?
¿Cuál? ¿Dónde? A ver.
It looks
King
good.
huele a una habitación a solas.
Whenever you look at this photo in the future, it will remind you of the good time we had today.
Entonces, hasta
Hold
pronto.
on. How is one photo going to be enough? We'll both need one if we want something to remember each other by. You take this one, and I'll take another photo of you. But could you find another location for us? I'm thinking somewhere around Feiyun Slope with a... I'll join you in a moment. I have something to prepare here first.
Skin. De hecho, desde hace rato están hablando de trajes y que la chingada con Yunjin. Me estoy imaginando que en algún momento, ¡pum!, sorprenden con una skin de Yunjin. Que ya se vienen la de Fischl y la de... ¿cómo se llama? Y la de
Sorry to
Dylan.
keep you waiting so long.
Tampoco esperé tanto tiempo.
The view here is great. The lights, the buildings, it's the ideal spot. I can see you chose it carefully.
¿Ah? Yo no elegí nada.
This angle is perfect. Okay, strike a pose and close your eyes.
Que cierre los ojos para la imagen.
Yes, please. Quickly now.
Como que ¿por qué? Un bonito lugar, el mejor lugar son las piernas. He oído un crujido como si una especie de soporte de madera se desplegara y luego se oyen unos pasos ligeros seguidos de los ojos de Yunjin al lado de tu oído.
Get ready.
Oh.
3, 2, 1. Open your eyes.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often.
Esa es una de mis fotos favoritas,
Agree
¿eh?
with me.
Vas a convertirse en una de mis fotos favoritas, esa de ahí. Una de la anterior foto favorita para mí era esta. Pero bueno, igual puede que esta se haya convertido también en una de mis favoritas. ¿Dónde está? Esta. Pero no tiene tanto como esta. Está bien hermosa. Ah, no, aquí mismo era. ¡Ah, carajo! ¿Y ahora cuál falta? A ver. Da. Qué foto más blessed. Ya. ¿Y ahora?
We can try some more. I can't wait to try it out. I'm getting excited. Oh. So in that sense, I can't say, but there are many sometimes when I can write back.
Es más imponente sobre el escenario.
You think so? So it's fair enough. After all, every detail of my onstage prep, and I've worked hard to try and cultivate an image that appeals to everyone,
de hecho,
regardless of age or gender.
De hecho, hay Aquí hay un pequeño... ¿cómo les digo? Un pequeño mensaje de parte de los actores. Cuando te dicen que prefieren de la persona que hace... de la persona que actúa, la gente generalmente prefiere al personaje que interpretan que la propia persona. Eso es bastante triste. Porque en teoría están admirando una personalidad, más no a la persona. Una personalidad ficticia, por si acaso.
Never mind. Talk tonight was about me showing my gratitude to you, like something to remember the evening by.
Con tu autógrafo. ¡Chingados, Eva! ¡Ay, no! ¡No puede ser!
Here you go.
¿No tenías una preparada?
Well, people ask me for autographs all the time.
De lo bien que me voy con la imagen.
Picture of me on stage. Yunjin suggested that I keep a bunch of them on hand at all times to
Ah, yes! That one is a picture from the Divine Damsel of Devastation. I have one just like it on my wall at home.
Hey, are you guys talking about Miss Yoon's autograph photos? I have one in the store too.
Todo el mundo tiene una.
Well, what do you think? Is this souvenir valuable enough for you?
¡Ting! 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 No puede ser. No puede ser, güey. Ah.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes.
Me pasa lo mismo que... Me pasó lo mismo que con... un personaje así mismo de aquí de los encuentros. ¿Con Bárbara? Creo que sí fue con Bárbara, sí. ¿Era esta? No me acuerdo si era esta o era esta. Que desbloqueé primero una de estas dos y después saqué esta por último. Y yo de chingada madre. Hubiese preferido que me salga esta a que me salga esta de último para llevarme un buen sabor de boca. Pero bueno, tengo muy mala suerte con los encuentros. ¡Demonios! Pero ¿saben qué se viene? Mi tiro número... Ay, cabrón, ¿cómo que sin...? Déjame hacer el cálculo, porque según yo es mi tiro 79. Y si ya no sale hoy día, ya no sale en este momento, en la última oportunidad, valió. A ver, 72, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Es mi tiro 79. ¿Será que sí? ¿Será que no? ¡Salto! ¡Vamos! 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 Valió la pena sacrificarse hasta el último momento. Pero ¿saben qué? Me quedé sin deseos, güey. Pero me quedé sin deseos. Déjame hacer un recorte ya. Lo último. Ay, ay, ay. Bueno, no me pasó lo de Yanfei. Lo de la cococabra. Que estuve tirándole hasta más no poder. Me consumí absolutamente todo y nunca me salió. Esta vez sí tiré por Yelan y me consumí a sí mismo lo último. Y... güey, ni modo. Me quedé sin deseos, pero ahí tengo mi personaje. El otro personaje que así mismo me costó fue... Eula en su rerun y Ayaka. Aunque Ayaka sí tuve un montón de tiempo más. Que no sabía, por cierto. Ni modo de esperar el reset del abismo o un nuevo evento. El nuevo evento que sale de luego. Pero yo ya estoy feliz, ya. Yelan, ya la tengo. Ya. Ahora sí puedo tirar por Kuki Shinobu cuando sea. Mi miedo era, no me sale ningún 5 estrellas, ya me voy a tener que resignar a que en el tiro 80, por ejemplo, me vaya a salir el Arconte, que va a ser en la 3.0, en la 3.1 creo. Y ya no voy a poder tirar por ejemplo, Kuki Shinobu, que es un personaje que personalmente sí quisiera tener en el equipo. Porque es healer y es electro. Ahora. Vamos a bautizarla.
In my line of work, combat skill.
Bautizada. Ahora. Perfecto. Por cierto, más triste todavía es que me haya salido Kiki otra vez. Tengo Kiki C4. A seguir mejorándola. Hoy día se sube Yelan nivel 90. Espérate, le voy a enviar la imagen al Kevin de la Yelan a nivel 90. Ah, güey, ¿gustas decirme tu opinión de cómo tengo mi Yae? Ahorita voy. Ahorita voy. No me digas. Claro, desperdicié todo. Bueno, desperdicié no. Utilicé todas estas cosas para Ayato. Así que es normal que no tenga. Debería estar por aquí. ¿Cuánta? Oh.
Finding the truth.
Hola, Kevin. Sí, ya estoy feliz. Me costó absolutamente todo lo que tenía, chinga la madre. Incluso tuve que hacer misiones que tenía ahí guardadas. Todo lo que tenía. 2, 3 para 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. 4. 3, 5. ¿Cuántos necesitaba? 1, 2, 3.
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little
Estoy
more.
pendejo, ¿verdad? Son 6. Ok. Ya se pudo. Ya sé, ¿no? 4. Ah, mi manía de dar de escape. Para acelerar las cosas. Ok. No tantas. Aunque con eso. Siguiente. 6. Y...
I have long
Vamos a subirle. Luego me regañan de por qué subo personajes a nivel 90 así de manera impulsiva. Así soy yo. Y para Cookie entonces tengo que volver a farmear la pinche culebrita. Pero bueno. Arco. Cambiamos ese arco. ¿Qué arco tenemos disponible? Vamos a ver. Se me murió el modem. ¿Cómo así? ¡Oh! Puede ser. Puede ser. Puede ser. Pero es solamente ataques normales y cargados. No aplica el elemental. Así que el otro que podría ser es este. Ya ven, ¿con qué lo dejo? Con esto. Primera mejora, la definitiva. Sí, tiene sentido la definitiva. A trabajar con los materiales que tengo. ¿What? ¿Van a hacer eso? ¿En serio? Creo que esos los tengo farmeadísimos para Xiao, hombre. Gastemos todo. ¡A la bestia! Ya lo tengo al 8. ¡La coronamos! ¡La coronamos! La coronamos, la coronamos, la coronamos. Así como que por nada, yo no pienso nada. Vamos. Coronémosla. Dale con todo, Manolo. No me alcanza para coronarla. Intentemos coronarla. YOLO. ¡Pinga, dama! A ver. ¿Dónde está? Aquí está. Mi manía de darle escape. Debo de parar eso. ¿6? ¿Sí me alcanza? Solamente si Eula me da más libros. Por favor, Eula. Chingas a tu madre. No me alcanza, ¿verdad? Chin. Estamos... martes. ¡Demonios! Estamos martes, demonios. Y es de calidad menor. Así no me sirve. Así definitivamente no me sirve. Y ahorita estoy jugando gacha, pero con los libros, ¿eh? Puta madre. A eso me refiero con los gachas. De libros. ¡Chinga la madre! ¿Cuántos libros de estos ya tengo? ¿Y estos de aquí? Yo ya tengo 16. Ah, ya. No, uno más. Ah, que la. Por favor, ya. Ya no quiero nada. Dice, pero Vlad, a ti no te sirve nada cuando tenéis como 21.005 estrellas.
Who's our target this time?
Pues... ¡Ay, pendejo! Ni siquiera le equipa... ¡Ey! Daño de definitiva. Tú eres un candidato. Daño de definitiva y recarga de energía. No, todavía no decido cómo buildearla, ¿eh? Y si utilizamos esos artefactos que tengo por ahí botados de esto de aquí, es que es de daño electro. Y este de aquí yo tenía uno abandonado, era este. Probabilidad de críticos, pero el personaje ya escala por probabilidad de críticos, así que... vamos a ver. Nómada del invierno, no, nada de esto. Antiguo de la nobleza. Amber, ¿qué tú haces con eso? Daño hidro. Vida. Hablando de vida. Yelan no escanaba por vida. Defensa, no, eso no. Ataque, vida, probabilidad de crítico, vida, ataque. Este podría estar bien. Copa de daño hidro. Y claro, en la composición que yo quiero llevar, estaría bien llevar un ritual antiguo de la nobleza, full ritual antiguo de la nobleza. Porque si la voy a llevar en este equipo, pues igual le sirve. Para el daño de Ayaka, para el daño de Rosaria, para el daño de Sakarosa. Sí sirve, sí. Voy bien encaminado. En mi estupidez por lo que estoy haciendo, pues voy bien encaminado. Ok, paro. Entonces... Sería... Antiguo de la nobleza. Pero con daño crítico. Vida. Ataque, vida, daño crítico, probabilidad de críticos. Daño crítico. Este está bien. Wait. 27, 94. Ok. Flor. Ritual antiguo de la nobleza. No, flor dije. Daño crítico, y recarga energía y ataque. Vamos a ver qué sale. Maestría elemental. Siguiente. Vida, ataque, daño crítico. Probabilidad, vida, defensa. Tengo que probar todas. Todas tienen potencial. Daño crítico. Esta está buena. Daño crítico. Wow. ¿Cuánto de mona tengo? ¿A poco? ¿A poco tengo eso de mora? ¡Daño crítico! Ok. Ok. Qué desperdicio. Sí, desperdicio esto ya por los loles. Espérate. Un 4. 4. Y un por 2, por favor. No va a salir por 2. ¿Qué me salió? ¡Pro! ¡Wow! YOLO. ¡No te creo! ¡Guau! ¡Oh, por Dios! Tremendo artefacto. ¡Oh, por Dios! Tremendo artefacto. ¿Cuál fue el único problema? Que no vino con daño crítico. Escaló con daño crítico. O sea, vino con 3 substats. Y luego me salió daño crítico. Por lo que en teoría perdí un substat. Añadiéndose, obviamente. Pero que no me haya salido ni vida ni defensa. Solamente daño crítico y probabilidad de críticos. ¡Wow! Ok. ¿Cuánto de probabilidad de crítico ya lleva? 44. Y me faltan 2 artefactos. Y uno me falta subirlo, de hecho. Aquí hay probabilidad de crítico potencial para subir. Esto es de vida, ¿verdad? ¿Necesito subirla con vida o con ataque? Creo que es creo que es con vida que tengo que subirla. Pero ya está sufriendo mi fondo de... ¿Es esto? Ya está sufriendo mi fondo de... ¿Esto qué es? Le voy a poner este por el momento. Espera, no es tan malo. Podría igual ocuparlo como para esto. Me faltaría subirle el reloj. Estoy loco. Vámonos. ¿Dónde está esa flor que me había salido con maestría elemental? ¿Dónde está esa flor que me había salido con maestría elemental? ¿Dónde estás? Aquí estás. Estamos locos. Defensa. Chin. Ya no estamos locos. Ya no tengo. A ver, primero la mitad. Por si acaso un por 2. Oh. La mitad. Ataque, ok. Aunque no es de prioridad el ataque. Ahí va el por 2. Recién ahora. ¿Vida? Vida. Gracias. No está mal. Para buildearla a lo rápido no está mal. ¡Vámonos! Al campo de pruebas de Vladkano 25. Fondo de lillo. Mi fondo de moras. Ah, bueno, sí, eso. Qué falta de respeto. Unas alas más bonitas, ¿no? Yo creo.
Take it easy.
You can't run!
Lights out. Busted.
No!
Ay, carajo.
Take flight!
Lo que no me va a gustar es que el elemental de Xingqiu me ayudaba a congelar.
Stand clear!
El elemental de Xingqiu me ayudaba a congelar. Así que eso es un punto a considerar. Oye, espérate.
There you are, eavesdropper.
Eso está muy exagerado.
Animal test 6308. Absorption test. Yeah! Over here. My apologies. Yeah! Blink.
Ya, Xingqiu, Ya. Aquí no me va a servir tanto Yelan. De una vez lo comento. ¿Cómo se murió? ¿Por qué Yelan no me sirve aquí? Porque Xingqiu con las espadas a cuerpo pegados al cuerpo con los enemigos ayuda a congelar. En cambio Yelan no tiene esas espadas. No tiene cómo congelar de manera pasiva. Entonces, solamente con la definitiva, creo que Xingqiu me va a ayudar más. Ay, cabrón. ¿Y los enemigos? ¿Qué le pasó a los enemigos? ¿Por el permafrost? Sí, por el permafrost.
Animal test 6308. Absorption test. Animal test 6. You can't run. Whirling snow.
Pobrecito. Aquí sí lo puedo probar bien. Ay.
My apologies. Embrace the ice.
Bueno, entre comillas, probar bien. Hello.
Whirling snow.
Quietly now.
Absorption test. Stand clear.
Ah, espérate. Ahora ya no tiene sentido lo que acabo de decir. ¿Por qué estoy comentando esto? Ya no tiene sentido lo que acabo de decir de la build de Yelan con este set. Y lo voy a llevar con Bennett. En este caso vendría a reemplazar aquí. Y aquí sí entra Yelan. Sí encaja. El problema es que Bennett tiene la misma build. Y no es realmente un problema, sino que perdería el sentido el conjunto de 4 piezas. En todo caso, la build que tengo ¿cómo se llama? De Yelan se iría para Xingqiu. Porque aquí vendría Xingqiu. ¿Dónde está? ¡Xingqiu! Aquí está.
May knowledge guide you.
Y aquí se quedaría Yelan. ¿Qué build tiene Xingqiu hablando de...? Es de bono de daño hidro y... Claro. Sería de bono de daño hidro con Yelan. ¿Qué tal están estas estadísticas? Para pasárselas directas. Es que el problema va a ser esto. Artefactos de ataque. No de vida. Vamos a probar a Yelan como lo tenemos ahí. ¿Cuánto de energía tiene? Recargo en chinguis. Y es lo último que pruebo. Porque pues ya tengo el personaje. O sea, ya estoy tranquilo, ya estoy feliz. Ahora ya me toca nomás conseguir a Cookie. Cuando se pueda. Ya no es ya no lo voy a conseguir, sino que ahora cuando se pueda, cuando ya tenga deseos, meterle un poquito de cariño al juego para que me dé más deseos y ya.
Everybody stand! You're toast! Here comes the catch. Inazuma shine.
Me excedí, ya me di cuenta. Denme un momento. Ah, ya, la llave, sí, la llave. Gracias por hacerme acuerdo. Bueno. ¿Cómo te digo que me olvidé cuál eras? ¿Cómo te digo que me olvidé cuál eras? Creo que te tenía como... Aquí está. Nivel 80, ya va empezando mal. Sí, es el mejor. El mejor libro que le puedes poner si no tienes el catalizador de ella. Al intercambiar, te puede dar cualquiera de estos daños. El peor de ellos sería la maestría elemental, pero aún así la maestría elemental le ayuda a hacer daño de los tótems. Así que es el mejor libro que le puedes poner, eso es cierto. Estás bien por ahí. Está farmeando, supongo, el set que viene con este de aquí. Solamente que te falta la copa que sea de la misma de esta. Daño crítico 30, a la verga. Nada mal. Probabilidad de críticos. Yo no buildeo a mis personajes que vienen con probabilidad crítico con probabilidad crítico. Porque ya con lo que ellos tienen creo que ya se buildea bien. Déjame ver cuánto la llevas de probabilidad crítico. La llevas bien. Pero supongo porque no te ha tocado suerte en los artefactos con probabilidad de crítico. Daño crítico. Probabilidad crítico aquí está bien. Daño crítico está muy bien. La vida te salió un poquito troll ahí. Aquí todo de daño crítico está perfecto. ¿Por qué recarga energía? Por su problema de recarga de energía, supongo, ¿no? Daño electro. Crítico. Aquí está toda la probabilidad crítica. Pues igual y te serviría tener más probabilidad de crítico. Lo único que te veo que tienes probabilidad de crítico serían aquí en la pluma y aquí en el reloj. En el resto no veo probabilidad de crítico. No hay probabilidad de crítico. Aquí ya tiene por defecto. Y aquí tampoco hay probabilidad de crítico. Ya es de daño crítico. ¿Cómo? Ya no sube con daño crítico, ya sube con probabilidad de crítico. Por eso la saqué, por cierto. Porque subía con probabilidad de crítico. Aquí en los detalles de artefacto me dice que los artefactos me está dando 36 de daño crítico. Y el personaje de por sí ya sube con probabilidad de crítico. No se muestra, ¿no? No muestra cómo escala. Pero eso. Cuando subes de nivel al personaje, te sube con probabilidad de críticos ya.
Silly child.
Fíjate. ¿Dónde? En
motion.
¿Abajo? ¿Abajo? ¿Más abajo? Wow. Está tan abajo. No debería de ser así, pero bueno. En fin, constelaciones. Ay, No hay constelaciones. Talentos eran. Lo que primero deberías de subir sería... A ver, esto ya es decisión tuya. Si tienes suficiente recarga de energía, que veo que tienes suficiente recarga de energía, la definitiva. A nivel 9. Si tienes para coronarla, pues ya es decisión tuya. Y ahí lo segundo, sí, el tótem. En mi caso fue distinto, porque yo no me centré en subirle la recarga de energía. What? Yo no me centré en subirle la recarga de energía. En su lugar, yo me centré en subirle lo que sería la probabilidad crítico y el daño crítico. Por lo que me quedó una Yamiko bastante... ¿Por qué se abren dos? Se quedó con poca recarga de energía. Así que lo que yo subí en todo caso fue esto de aquí primero. Esto de aquí primero, a nivel 9. De ahí lo dejé a nivel 6 esto de aquí y después lo seguí subiendo. Y ya. Creo que tengo 4 coronas. Me dan ganas de triple coronarla porque la quiero consentir. No te equivoques, porque aparte de que las coronas las dan muy, muy pocas. A ver, es que yo tampoco puedo hablar porque no es una buena representación. A ver, ¿dónde está? ¿Cuánto de mona tengo? Oh, por Dios. Nunca, no, o sea, desde la versión desde la 1.5 no veo esto así en rojo. Se lo juro, desde la 1.5 no veo esto en rojo. Siempre he podido subir lo que me daba la gana cuando sea, en el momento que sea. Continuemos. Personajes que sí valen la pena coronarlos, pues, ok. Que hagan daño con todas sus habilidades. De hecho, también otra de las personajes que valdría la pena coronarlas sería Ayaka. Pero tendrás que ver si personajes que utilizas que hacen una gran cantidad de daño merecen la pena coronarlas. Pues adelante. Yo ya en serio tenía pensado subirle la definitiva, pero es que es muy... Al menos en mi caso, es muy difícil que ya me lance la definitiva. Es cada minuto, por ejemplo. Y eso que su definitiva, el tiempo de espera es de 22 segundos. Es bastante lo que tengo que esperar. Sale pedirle prestado al Daddy G. Pues solo tengo 2 5 estrellas. Igual y te interesa sacar un personaje que sí te valga la pena, como por ejemplo los arcontes. Ya digo, los arcontes están rotos. Y luego está Eula. Los arcontes están rotos y luego está Eula.
The world remains constant over the centuries. Human life is like the dew at dawn.
Pero venga. Me tocará consentir un poquito a Yelan. Tinchu, déjenme retornarle el cáliz que le acabo de quitar porque no es de ella. Y pues... Con respecto a Yelan que entra aquí. Yelan, yo le cambiaría su build por la de daño hidro de Sinchu. Eso vendría bien ahí. ¿Cuál es el peor de estos artefactos? Este de aquí, ¿verdad? Lo podría... Ay, es que esto es con vida. ¡Ah! ¡Qué rayos! Esto tiene mucha daño crítico. Esto tiene mucho daño crítico. El reloj es el que me está troleando. Denme un momento. Yo sé que guardé uno de vida. Yo sé que guardé uno de vida. ¡Ah! ¡Ah, mira! Ahí está la vida. Perfecto. Recarga energía, ataque, recarga energía, ataque, defensa, defensa. Recarga energía y vida. Este es el mejor. Así que lo voy a cambiar de una buena vez. ¿Sí? Sí. Sí. Sí, vale la pena. Vale la pena intercambiarlo. Hay que hacer el intento. Me va a costar un poquito eso del ataque, pero este tiene probabilidad crítico y daño crítico, más tiene vida. Aquí tiene defensa, aquí tiene más defensa, así que estamos balanceados, ¿no? ¿No? Vamos a dejarlo así. Con esta build, así. Son builds súper improvisadas, ya lo digo. Pero es la alegría de tener ya al personaje ya sacado. ¿Cuánto me falta? ¿Cuánto falta para sacarle constelación? Ahorita en corto le saco constelación, ¿no? No soy ballena, ni tampoco delfín, ni tampoco pescado como para decir. ¡Oh, por Dios! Ya he consumido un chingo de moras. Ah, y algo que sí me falta. 2 deseos aquí. ¿Dónde estaban estos 4 estrellas cuando yo los necesitaba? Pero, ok. Por cierto. Está mal. ¿Había otra cosa que me hubiese salido? ¡Que me ahorque con sus piernas, Ningguang! ¿Qué te pasa? Es que si te prestara mi cuenta para que veas cómo la tengo, seguramente te sangrarían los ojos. Chin. Bueno, igual es que yo soy un jugador... Bueno, al menos de Genshin ya me puedo considerar un jugador tryhard. Con lo que acabo de hacer de misiones legendarias, no tenía pensado hacer la de Beidou, sino hasta más adelante. No tenía planeado hacer la de Yunjin, sino más adelante. Me farmeé las misiones de mundo de la que estaba aquí. La que tenía yo marcada aquí. Esta de aquí la terminé. De hecho la voy a sacar porque la terminé. La que tenían por acá adentro, no sé si se acuerdan, la de la Fatui que se había quedado trabada aquí. Terminé otra sección de esa historia. El cofre que tenía, de hecho por eso tengo esto aquí. El cofre que tenía aquí guardado, que necesitaba 9 orbes, me fue a buscar los 9 orbes para abrir esta puerta. Y abrir el cofre que tenía aquí, el cofre que tenía aquí y el cofre que tenía acá. En total me dieron 30 protogemas. Y esto que ni siquiera lo había leído. Ah, no, sí lo había leído. Es que me comía el mapa. Hasta apenas te das cuenta que eres un tryhard. Bueno, no lo consideraba. No llegaba al momento de decirme que soy completamente un tryhard. Pero para sacar protogemas, a eso es a lo que me refiero, por cierto. Porque es que el mapa igual lo tenía al 100% por Ayaka. Pero en ningún momento se me ocurrió decir, vamos a sacar esas protogemas que tenía guardadas en misiones de mundo. Vamos a sacar esas protogemas que tenía guardadas en encuentros. En ningún momento pensé pensé en hacer eso. Porque me estaba dando yo mi tiempo. Incluso con el de Beidou estuve saltándome los diálogos. Así que ya viendo cómo me desarrollé en esta situación, ahora sí puedo decir con toda la tranquilidad y con toda honestidad que ya soy tryhard. Bienvenido a la familia de los tryhard, pero solamente en Genshin, que sepan eso. Me comí muchísimas historias de mundo. Que en teoría tenía que hacerlas en stream. O me salían a hacerlas en stream. Pero ya no. Pero hey, Me saqué Kiki C4. Oh, por Dios. Me saqué una Kiki C4. Me saqué una Yanfei C4. Me saqué una Ningguang. Me saqué una flauta. Me saqué incluso una espada del sacrificio, que la necesito. Por ahí me salió una suerte de una flor muy, pero muy fuerte. Lo acaban de ver incluso. Entre otras cosas. O sea, es que hoy día fue un día... El día donde todo lo antes trágico se convirtió en beneficioso. Es que valió la pena. El juego me dijo, ya, en serio, te estás esforzando. Toma tu Yelan. En serio, te esforzaste para sacar a Yelan. Toma tu artefacto perfecto. No puedo pedir más. No puedo pedir más. ¿What? Ahí está. Y es que venía de una racha de muy mala suerte. En Twitter voy a mostrarles una tontería, una pendeja, una super pendejada 64 que yo subí a Twitter y dije, se me hace dejar el juego. No miras las mamadas. Deme un momento. Tweets. Aquí está. Es que, güey, no me van a dejar mentir. No me van a dejar mentir. No me van a dejar mentir. Más. Súmale más. Este artefacto que se supone que iba a ser para Xiao. Me subió todo en defensa. Defensa, 3 de defensa, 2 de defensa acá. Bro. Todo en defensa. Y creo que también había subido otro artefacto. Ahorita lo enseño. No puedo mostrar mi Twitter así abiertamente porque el Twitter es peligroso. Ah, no, esta era lo que estaba subiendo. Ya nivel 20. Es que es para morirse de la risa. Es que es para morirse de la risa. Ay, ay, ay. Canta y no llores. Vámonos al carajo. Que por cierto, esa... ¡Oh! Y ya me salió Yelan. Espérate, ya les puedo mostrar la siguiente. Esperen. Directo pantalla completa. Como ya salió Yelan, entonces ahora sí puedo poner esto. Oh, por Dios. Bueno. En fin, amiguitos, yo me voy despidiendo. Espero que les haya gustado el stream. Ahí nos estaremos viendo el día de mañana con las posibles builds y probando a Yelan porque... O bueno, tal vez haciendo deseos por la supuesta Kuki Shinobu. Que pues va a tardar un poquito en salir, creo. Ahí vemos cómo le intentamos sacar, pues. Vlado, tengo una duda. Te mando mensaje al Discord, a ver. Ándele, let's fucking go, me dice el Kevin, güey. A ver. Param, pam, param, pam, param, pam, param, pam, pam, param, pam, pam, param, pam, param. ¿Dónde está? Muévale. Hable ahora o calle para siempre. ¿Por qué siento que soy el único que no tiene la música activada del Genshin? Ah. Pues ya ves. En fin. Ya pues soy lento escribiendo. Es que después de escuchar varias veces la misma rola me quemo. Sí, probablemente. Probablemente. Pues es que yo igual soy un melómano de mucho cuidado, que las músicas sí las disfruto. Por ejemplo, esta de aquí es una musicota. Y yo me voy retirando ya de una vez. Ya voy a dejar de hablar tonterías porque de aquí me extiendo y nadie me saca. Qué bonita la hiela de fondo, ¿no? En fin. Nos vemos. Hasta otra. Bye bye.